I love paper like a fax machine. No rims on the whip, but I still keep it waxed and clean. The little armor roll on them tires to give it that gleam. I'm on my grown man shit, I ain't trying to be seen. Real hitters on they calm shit, know what I mean. You stacking paper, but your source of income ain't clean. So why the fuck would you show off, bringing heat to yourself? You get bagged, you asked me, you defeated yourself. Had everybody in your business, from the bums to the bitches, to the snitches, to the cops, to the killers with the biscuits that'll trump you for them digits. Or they might take it further, kidnap one of your kinfolk, pay up or it's a murder. All that, cause you wanna show people you all that. Me, I fall back, let it all stack. Closet full of clothes, shoes on all racks. Walking real light, I ain't got nothing to prove, I'm just enjoying my life. Fly out to Vegas, I'm enjoying my nights. And the days that I stayed, ain't gotta let nobody know that I'm paid. It's a hit and run game, you either get in or get out, or you'll be on your way to the grave or the big house. And either one is fun, you'll find out when you get there. Wishing you picked a better career, a better career. Neither one is fun, you'll find out when you get there. Wishing you picked a better career, a better career.
We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit.
Loose lips sink ships. When niggas start dropping knowledge, why you act like a bitch? You feeling tough? Swallow these pills, digest these gems. Chakra means wheels, the real spin is more than just rims. The first name of God in the Bible is Elohim, meaning these beings, we seeing reflections of them. You hear the mark of the beast, you hear that all the time. This is the mark of Yah, talk about that 999. Slice of ginger every day, B, it's good for your shine. When you charge up off that sun gazing, all the wicked go blind. The pale focus moon people, not the soul design. That sensitivity, different soul, but everything's in the mind. Ether, water, fire, earth and air. 88 constellations, 64 squares. Know what you're living for, unlock the furious five. Your hands tell on judgment day, are you done when you were alive? This is a expose. Are you fact or you fiction? Life is sacred and every action is your definition.
Listen, I suppress how I express when I smoke, cause most folk got depressed when I spoke. I expose the truth with proof in every choke. I cut the fat off the facts with acts I invoke. Every lyric revealing we the people need their healing. Putting power in political hands, but most concealing their weapons. Their plans won't revolt the feeding land, but you'll vote for a man who stands on glass ceilings, or women who support the system in his talk and his plot to pick us off the planet with dark dealings. Damn it, you know they planned it. They underhanded, don't get caught in bought feelings. That's paid advertising, media making lies ring. Ears of peers surviving, years of fears aligning. Tears in your eyes dividing. Got you fighting for your life or sacrifice for providing. The love is the vice you devised in. Reestablish human status, reviving. Conscious like Joey Badass, revising. Life-loving legacy is pleasantly surprising. In times when the honey is heavy in your mind, man, I take a toke and choke from my folk like Pac. Drop the liquor for what he considered nigga. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished, that's my trigger. And I ain't a monkey on the run with a gun or a rich cracker nigga. I'm an outlaw RBG gorilla. Outlaw RBG gorilla. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose the secret. When you hear it, peep it, or stay ignorant on that sheep shit.
You know what it is. Peace, power, peace to the gods, war on the devil. Peace in your mind, power, refine what you do. That power make you evil or divine, and I choose divinity every time. This is the Hardcorrespondant Podcast, GR8, Son the Great. I'm in here. You know how I was dealing with proper principles, you know what I'm saying, in earlier shows, and we still do, you know what I'm saying, and I made a call out to make sure that we had, proper principles going on, and anybody with any principles, you may let them know. So we got a special situation today, because if obviously you see what I do, you know what I'm saying, when I'm not on the screen right here, I'll be on the microphone, and as a hip-hop individual, folk hop individual, fix our living kingdom, heal our people. You know what I'm saying? It's about that Muse thing and about me pushing something proper. And so hip hop is the foundation of where we're coming from. And so tonight it's a definite combination of the Check the Mind and the vintage season. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because, man, we got a special guest. So before I even get into that, let me always hit my sponsors. Ari Fronto, check him out. You know what I'm saying? Ari Fronto, it's my brother, Rebel Vision Television. You know what I'm saying? That's like my twin right there, Rebel Vision Television. Always in support of that. Shout out to Congo Blue in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Get your hair done. You get natural hair. You need your hair done. Congo Blue with the K and BLU. Check her out. She's on the Instagram. Pull her up, get that appointment, let her go ahead and take care of your scalp, take care of your hair, and just get some great high vibing when you get over there. Shout out to Telebeauty right here. That's who do my hair in Snellville area, Atlanta area. Telebeauty, she do it all too, so holler at her. That's what we're gonna deal with the sponsors. And outside of y'all sponsoring with STGR8, $STGR8, $STGR8. It's at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for everybody who is chipped in, sponsored, you know what I'm saying, for this show and for this time. Also, don't forget, it's 3 G's for 3 G's on Do the Knowledge Radio. He's running up on his 3,000 shows. We looking to raise 3 G's or more to make sure that, we can keep doing this. We can keep hitting the community with the projects and the movements that he's doing in the community. It's important to combine all those things together. And with that being said, you know what I'm saying, what we're going to get into tonight is special for me because I love hip hop. I love it to the point where, I fight for it. I love for it. I heal for it. You know what I'm saying? I live for it. And the work that's been put in by artists in front changed my life. And then to find out the work that has been put in by the people and artists on the back end, assisted and will assist us in an identity and pushing who and what we are on the base level, on the grassroots level, all the way up. And that being the case, you can see on my side right there, I got Minister Server in the building, doing the building. Peace to the God. Peace. And so what I like to do, Minister Server, on here is let people know why you qualified to be on the show, why you qualified to have a conversation, and why you qualified for them to pay attention and listen. So, in that being said, just give us a real quick synopsis of, who you are, where you come from, what you got, and what you've done to qualify the statements that you're going to make after you make this statement.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you having me. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, what qualifies me to be, I don't know. I guess the people got to really decide that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here to be of service, This is my 30-year anniversary with Nation Time Syndicate. Big up to my brother Malik Kalam. You know what I'm saying? Salute for sure.
There you go.
So, this is my 30-year anniversary with Nation Time Syndicate. So, even though I've been involved with hip-hop since my early days back in Atlantic City, New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? I was 40 years ago when I was in high school, I was MC Dave T. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop has always been a part of my life. But in 1992, it became intentional, and not only the entertainment side, but you know, the whole mission of Nation Time Syndicate was to preserve hip hop culture and all of its art forms. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to make sure, because mind you, in 91, 92, that's when the corporations started to really understand what was happening in hip hop and started to already start setting the roadblocks, you know what I'm saying, of what we could do and how we would operate. So we wanted to make sure that whatever the machine did, whatever the corporation did, that we maintain the foundation of the culture. You see what I'm saying? And so working with, you know, different, like I said, Nation Time Syndicate was the first hip hop collective in Atlanta. So we had a media outlet, we had Nation Time DJ Fleet, we had the newsletter, we had a radio show on WRFG. In fact, Malik Kalam used to host a show called Dropping Bombs, the Nation Time Syndicate show, Dropping Bombs with Malik Kalam. That's the whole name of it. Nation Time Syndicate show, Dropping Bombs with Malik Kalam. In fact, that's how I actually ended up getting my start in radio, through Malik Kalam. You know what I'm saying? So I've done a few things, you know, I hosted a couple of radio shows on WRFG. I produced a couple of podcasts. In 2003, well, in 2000, I went to ministry school for Nation Time Syndicate so I can serve the spiritual, cultural, political side of Atlanta hip-hop. And in 2003, in my last quarter ministry school, KRS-One came, you know, to Atlanta. We invited him to come into Atlanta, and he hired me to be his spiritual advisor and the national organizer with the Temple of Hip Hop. So I ran around with KRS for about 3 years, you know what I'm saying? I did like about 7 tours with KRS. I'm on 5 songs on his 2004 Keep Right CD. But my main function was hip hop beyond entertainment. You know, as we've been saying since like 93, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. Well, in 2001, we went to the UN to establish hip hop as an international culture for peace and prosperity, you know, and established the international document called the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace. Then, you know, that's what really made things kind of go to the whole next level. In 2007, I hosted the 2nd annual Trinity Internet Word. That's a good. That's the poster of the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace. In 2007, I started doing international hip hop with Trinity College up in Hartford, Connecticut. Every year we do an international hip hop festival, not just a concert. We do film screenings, we do panel discussions, lectures, workshops, a massive b-boy competition, a DJ, a block party, and then on Saturday there's an international show that, and we've had headliners from KRS-One, Dead Prayers, MC Light, Talib Kweli, and, you know, so a number of different people. And but the main thing that I'm most proud of in hip hop is that I've helped to raise 6 wonderful young people, 3 sons and 3 daughters, who are good, positive people, and they've been raised through the culture of hip hop. So when I say rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live, it's not just cute saying for me. As I tell people, this is something that is a part of my assignment for my creator and my ancestors, and I'm just happy to be here to be of service. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So obviously, people, the qualifications are there. I knew it. That's why I asked the God to come on. You know what I'm saying? He's been showing it. He's been doing in the service for hip hop, for the community, on and off the mic, obviously. And he's his affiliations and his connections are qualifications. So we got through the qualifications, that aspect. It's understood, and overstood here. No more questions about why am I listening. So now that we got their attention, let's run through a couple of the organizations that you've been into before we even get into the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace. You've been an organizer. You've been a mainstay in the culture of hip hop, and the culture of hip hop is you in your life. And this is an example of what hip hop can do, has done, and will do if you utilize it in its proper form. You know what I mean? So the first grouping you said you was in. This is very interesting. That it's the first hip hop organization you said all together, and it was here in Atlanta. Business?
Yeah, not necessarily the first hip hop organization, but we were a collective of many organizations and individuals. So we're the first hip hop collective. So it's just like where you had, it might have been some DJs doing something here, some rappers doing something here, some organizers doing something here. Under the umbrella of Nation Time Syndicate, we all came together for the culture. So you had the Nation Time DJ fleet, like I said, you had the media outlet with the radio and the newsletter. We had the production studio. We had the promotion. So we had a whole collective. Is what Nation Time Syndicate was.
And you are the executive director of that currently, or?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely always, I tell people, it's dope that people know me for, Temple Hip Hop and Zulu Nation and University Hip Hop Museum and all the later things, but my foundation is always Nation Time Syndicate, because Nation Time Syndicate was what spurred me to do everything that led to the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I tell people, for me, hip hop is always about community. My trade, as a teacher and counselor, it just kind of fit. Like when I started, teaching back in 1990, I didn't know that I was helping to pioneer what they now call hip hop education. I wasn't aware of that at all. I just knew that I had young black students. I knew that they loved rap music. I knew that rap music was a way to kind of reach them. So I used to use it as a carrot for them to finish the work that they needed to do. And then we have these discussions. I used to bring in the Source magazine, put it down on the desk, and I got everybody's attention because everybody wants to, mind you, this was 1990, 91. So, I just kind of naturally grew as the culture grew. And I tell people, pick up the Blastmaster KRS-One, because for most of us that are, even when we talk about hip hop now, KRS-One was the master teacher in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when KRS-One said in 1993, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live, there were thousands of us around the world that intuitively, spiritually was like, word. You know what I'm saying? And then, when he said, we will be here forever and ever, we was like, word, we will be here. We felt that shit, even though mentally we had to wait and catch up to it. Spiritually and culturally, we caught it immediately. You know what I'm saying? And then we begin to align ourselves with that work. So as I tell people, for me, had I not done the work that I did from 1992 to 2003 with Nation Time Syndicate, then I would not have been prepared for, the work that I did later. So when I started working with KRS-One, and he said, Server, I've been looking for you for 10 years. I'm like, what you talking about? You KRS-One, how you been looking for me? And it was like, yo, God told me that you are the international minister for hip hop culture. Now, mind you, I was still in ministry school at the time.
Right.
I'm like, that shit sound good. If you know Chris is always, dramatic and all that kind of shit. So it just sounded fly. But I was like, what does that really mean? You know what I'm saying? So once I graduated from ministry school, actually the first official assignment that I had with the Temple of Hip Hop was even before I finished ministry school. It was at the 2003 Summer Jam up in New York at the Giant Stadium and shit. Mind you, this was the year after the Jay-Z Nas battle or beef, whatever you want to call it, and shit, right?
Right.
So Nas in 2002, just to go back for hip hop history, in 2002 at the Summer Jam, Nas wanted to hang Jay-Z in effigy. You know what I'm saying? On stage and shit, because they would go to their little ether battle. And Hot 97 was like, nah, we can't do that on stage. So Nas leaves in 2002, goes to Power 105, which is a station now that's kind of, popular with hip hop, whatever. But this one is a new station. He goes to Power 105, goes off on Hot 97, and says he's never doing Summer Jam again. That's what Nas was saying in 2002. Well, when you're tied to the record label, young people, listen to this part. Whether you want to do this shit or not, that's a part of your contract. You know what I'm saying? So in 2003, he had to do Summer Jam again. But what Nas did was he called KRS-One and was like, yo, we can do a surprise part where we'll do the bridge war. I'll do the bridge, you do South Bronx, I do Kill That Noise, you do The Bridge Is Over. Okay, so he called KRS-One. The KRS-One asked me to go with him. That's when he introduced me to everybody. That's when I had the copy that you got right there of that hip-hop decorated piece. That's what I was armed with backstage. You know what I'm saying? Talking to all the people, letting them know that, again, rap is something you do, hip-hop is something you live. These are some principles to help you live the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
So for me, everything, you know, that kind of goes back to the work that I've done locally, which has allowed me to do stuff nationally and internationally that I'm able to do.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Malik Kalam, my big brother. You know what I'm saying? My OG, RBG, salute, the creator of the Z on the salute when you hear that, because he introduced me to you and put us in connection with it when I was on the radio on WRFG with him on Outlaw Radio. So you had 3 different shows that you were dealing with, or when you were on the radio. Give us a little bit about them 3.
Well, the first show, again, there was a time when Malik's show, in my opinion, was definitely the hottest show at WRFG, the Next Syndicate show, dropping bombs with Malik Kalam. He's do the Pac ride, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the first persons that I ever heard do the whole chop and screw type level where he slow sit down, you know what I'm saying? So Malik was a real pioneer in that, you know what I'm saying? But there was a time when he had to do a legal hiatus, let's call it.
Yeah.
And we wanted to maintain the radio slot. So I was already kind of co-hosting with Malik on some of the shows and shit, right? So they was like, "Servant, you should do Malik's show." I was like, "Yo, can't nobody do Malik's show but Malik, period."
Yeah, real quick. If you've never heard Malik's shows, if you've never heard Malik on the John, then you don't know what we talking about. But if you did, then you know exactly what he's saying right now. You know what I mean? As a co-host for 6-7 years, look, Malik, the fan blind. As a co-host for 6-7 years, he would freestyle and then look at you like, "Yeah, it's your turn." And be like, "Man, you done said everything. How am I supposed to do
man.
say now?" But
man, Malik's, I probably got more freestyles on Malik's show than I had on all 3 of my shows combined, because just the energy that Malik had will make you want to just join in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. So, okay. So when he went on his legal hiatus, Nation Time wanted to maintain the same slot. So that's when I said, well, listen, I can't do Malik's show, but I can produce another show. That's when I started producing the Conscious Zone. The messages in the music, where, you know, to me, like, every artist, no matter who they are, has a quote-unquote conscious song, because conscious means, you know, aware, spiritually aware, consciously aware, you know, culturally aware, whatever the case is. So I would play a number of different artists that may not be quote-unquote conscious artists, like Trick Daddy or people like that people may not have thought of as conscious artists. But again, during this time, every artist has something that was social consciousness, you know, spiritual consciousness, political consciousness, because that's the era that we were in the early 2000, late 90s, 2000, whatever. So that was exactly. So that was the Conscious Zone, and we should do a segment on it. The show came on from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. and we should do a thing called 4 o'clock freestyle. Where we let people call in at 4 o'clock in the morning. You would not believe the number of people working third shift and whatnot that really just appreciated being able to call up to the radio and say, "You're not WRFG." And in fact, I'm rocking WRFG tonight, yo.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Salute. You know what I mean? So that was the first show. The second show was what's the show? Wild Mojo. We are one.
Before you even get to that second one, let's build on the first one, because I think it's an important aspect that component in music is registered. I mean, all I do is so-called conscious music. You know what I mean? I do liberation lyrics, retribution sounds, you know what I'm saying, until payment happens for my ancestors. So that's what it is. But I think it's such an important component that we don't concentrate on, or we don't have a situation where we do that now. In my opinion, and from what I've heard, was strategically removed from, you know what I mean, the playlist of people. Like, they're not even allowed to play that on regular radio. So to be able to do that and bring that in, I mean, I commend you on that, especially as an artist who, you know what I mean, who would have been on that, John, if I would have been down here at that time. I ain't get here to 2006.
But you know what, though? Big up to WRFG, because that kind of program still goes on. Now, mind you, this wasn't happening in the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? It was on WRFG. So, big up to WRFG for 48 years that have been on the cutting edge of music for the community for real in all different aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many different ways for people to get music now, maybe some of the interest and the way that we're promoting and marketing. You got internet shows and things of that nature. So they're still out there. But to me, I tell people, if you're seeking cultural music, you got to seek that music. It's not for the mainstream. I've worked in corporate radio, commercial radio, college radio, and community radio, and all of them have a function. So if you, as an artist, Atlanta is very rare, because WRFG is a 100,000 watt community radio station. That's almost unheard of, because 100,000 watts is the highest that you can get, no matter what station, commercial or not.
Right.
So Atlanta's in a position where it has Georgia Tech, Georgia State, WRFG, along with the commercial stations that are 100,000 watt stations. So that's one of the reasons why the creative energy is so high in Atlanta, because there's so many different ways for you to, find your tribe, find your lane, and be able to express your art.
Facts. I bear witness to that. I'm here right now. You mean, and doing what I do, doing more here than I did anywhere else. Philadelphia, you mean, Reading, Pennsylvania, Allentown, even New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing more here because of that. So the second show you had, what was that?
It was called Wild Mojo, which was actually, it was a show, a big up to Angelique, who was the host of that show. And it was the first hip-hop spiritual talk show. So like each month, I would do a segment on there where people can call in. We would have different topics. And mind you, this when I was still in ministry school as well, because the one thing I tell people, when I went to ministry school, I was intentionally going for hip-hop. So I wasn't trying to go to represent no religion. I respect everybody's religion, but I have a personal relationship with the Creator that I don't need religion. Right. But I know in serving my people, I wanted to be able to serve them where they are. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I had to be straight enough where, even though I don't believe in mystery God and the books and all that kind of stuff that people believe in, if that's where my people are and I'm there to serve them, I'm not there to serve me. I'm there to serve them. I felt like I needed to, have that kind of background so I could, serve them in that capacity. And that's what's been really a blessing about it, because I represent a higher infinite power healing our people, hip-hop. That's my God. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of your religion, if you are against a higher infinite power healing our people, we just don't have nothing to talk about. That's all. That's okay too. You know what I'm saying? But what we've done through hip-hop culture, you can't tell me that there's not a high infinite power healing our people operating through us. And because we are a young culture, we're still figuring things out. So with Wild Mojo, we were able to have real-time conversations as I was in ministry school. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of the ones that, I stay in student mode. So I'm not trying to come off like I know everything, because I'm learning every day too. Right. But I know that to be of service to my people is not about just what I say. It's about what I live and how I live and those type of things. And I've always taken that very seriously. So Wild Mojo was the first time that it gave me a chance to really, speak my truth to the people, as I would later formulate what I now call hip-hop ministries. I wasn't calling it that then. I was just teaching, as I was learning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Wild Mojo was. And then the last one, with Beats and Rhymes, big up to I-Rise and DJ Yaquan, the Traveler, and Soul Messiah. And Beats and Lyrics, man, that's a show that was a staple. That's transforming to Riot TV, Riot Radio now. But for me, it's always about being able to use the culture to show the fullness of the culture beyond rap music.
Right.
Again, back to the rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. So all of the things that I'm involved in is always about bringing the fullness of the culture beyond entertainment. Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful. So you had the talk show, you had 2 music shows that you were dealing with. You're pushing that. You've run. You get connected with KRS-One. He asked you to become part of Temple of Hip Hop. So speak to us real quick on Temple of Hip Hop. And there was some other groups that you were involved in. Was it before or after that? Yeah. So we definitely want to build on those 2 as well. But you know what I mean? Maybe Temple of Hip Hop might be the most known.
Definitely. Well, Zulu Nation as well, but Temple of Hip Hop, for me, what I tell people, what I still appreciate, because I still consider myself being the Temple of Hip Hop. As I tell people, the Temple of Hip Hop is a ministry, archive, school, society. So it's a concept of being hip hop. So when we say we are not doing hip hop, we are hip hop. We may be doing rap or maybe doing b-boy or some of the elements. That's what we do, but we are hip hop. The Temple of Hip Hop is the first organization, the first movement to put that into real literature and the practice of it. So while sometimes people get caught up in KRS-One and KRS-One's career and what he's doing and things of that nature, when KRS-One asked me to be the national organizer with the Temple of Hip Hop, the main reason that KRS-One wanted me to do that, because as he said, when you have celebrities, sometimes people look at celebrities in a different kind of light.
Right.
So what I represent is the everyman. So if Server can live a positive, productive, progressive, prosperous lifestyle through this culture, anyone that wants to do it can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I haven't, like even in Atlanta, and you in Atlanta, as you see, there's no Temple of Hip Hop building or meetings or no shit like that, because as I tell people, we don't need another organization in Atlanta. If you want to be the Temple of Hip Hop and in your spirit, you say, I am hip hop, and you carry it around in your body temple, then technically that makes you the Temple of Hip Hop. Now, whether you want to go further down the rabbit hole and really study with the Temple of Hip Hop, that's a whole nother conversation that most people really don't want to do, because most people, unfortunately, they don't really study like that. People, like most Black people particularly, we are more naturally, intuitively, a higher infinite power healing our people than we are as far as studying and really know how to activate it. So what I've been able to do in my ministry is to teach universal truth principles that you don't need to change your religion. You don't need to take no special thing. But what you do have to do is have to believe that whatever path that you have chosen, that you really believe that shit and that you want to activate that shit. You're not waiting for God to do something for you, because God has given you everything that you need for you to have life more abundantly. So if you're not living the life you desire to live, what we say through Hip Hop Ministries is maybe we have some strategies and techniques that you might want to try out. You know what I'm saying? So I do minister service suggestions. I tell people I have children. I don't try to make my children do anything. But first of all, I teach them and I lead by example. But for me, if it's anything that's good for me, it's good for my people. Now, whether my people want it or not, that's where they have a choice. But I'm here to be of service. So anything that I'm serving to my people is going to be good for my people. So that's what I'm here to do. Unfortunately, particularly in a city like Atlanta, because the entertainment side is so strong, people don't really vibe on the cultural side, let alone the spiritual side. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yes,
and I'm talking about even some of my crew. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not here to try to force anything on anyone. I'm here to, to serve and to be an example. You know what I'm saying? When you see me, it's just like, shit, if Server could do that shit, I could do that shit too. Because that's exactly how it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now, you've been referencing, I don't know if y'all heard it, but higher infinite power healing our people. I call it the healing our people because I'm a folk hop, fix our living kingdom, heal our people. You know what I'm saying? Higher infinite power healing our people. The acronyms spell out hip hop, which is amazing. And for me, some of the reason why I say, yeah, these cats is rapping, but they're not repping the hip hop aspect, because it was obvious that when hip hop came in, it came in to be almost an opening to express what was going on in the passing of information from city to city, town to town, all across the nation and including the world. And that is the communication of the word. And the word is spoken by God to create. This is what it is. So to me, hip hop has if not the most, one of the most important jobs in music and proper propaganda, which is what we push here, proper propaganda aspect to not just make you dance and make you wiggle and all that, but to give you something to enhance your life and to connect you to your higher power internally when it comes to it. So to have that acronym and to push that out there, I commend you on that one. But that leads me into the hip hop proclamation, the hip hop declaration, not proclamation, declaration of peace. And I have recently caught, I think it was last Sunday, where KRS-One was talking about kind of the history of what was going on and how that all came together and who was in the UN and who pushed it behind the scenes. And it was amazing build. But I don't think the people really truly understand what that means, what it is, and then what that means. So give us a okay. I don't know what happened. You know, it's kind of funky out here, the things. So when he comes back, I'm gonna have him give us the breakdown or the buildup of how that became. But before that happens, proper principles here. Since I got the principles right in front of me, I want to read some of these. I'm going to read the first principle, the 9th principle, and then the 18th principle. Shout out to Do the Knowledge Radio. If you know the math, you know why I'm doing that. So the first principle is hip hop is a term that describes our independent collective consciousness. Ever growing, it is commonly expressed through such elements as breaking, MCing, graffiti art, DJing, beatbox, street fashion, street language, street knowledge, and street entrepreneurism. Wherever and whenever these and future elements and expressions of hip-hop culture manifest, this hip-hop declaration of peace shall advise the use and interpretation of such elements, expressions, and lifestyles. Somebody had to sit down and have this conversation. You know what I mean? And they did a, well, he's gonna build with you on that. So let me go to the 9th one right now. The 9th one states, May 3rd is Rap Music Day. Hip hoppers are encouraged to dedicate their time and talent to self-development and for service to their communities. Every third week in May is Hip Hop Appreciation Week. During this time, hip hoppers are encouraged to honor their ancestors, reflect upon their culture, contributions, and appreciate the elements and principles of hip hop culture. November is Hip Hop History Month. During this time, hip hoppers are encouraged to participate in the creating, learning, honoring of hip hop's history and historical cultural contributions. And then the 18th one, knowledge build, born to born. Hip hop culture maintains a healthy, caring, and wealthy central hip hop guild, fully aware and invested with the powers to promote, teach, interpret, modify, and define the principles of this hip hop declaration of peace. So it has a component built into it that can adjust to the times and to the needs of the people who are representing the other 17 principles. And it has been in the UN and officially named and sat at as a culture, one of the fastest growing cultures at that. So that being the case, it is a tool and is a weapon for both sides in this proper propaganda situation. You can utilize this tool as a weapon against the oppressive regime, or you can allow the oppressive regime to utilize this weapon as a tool to direct the propaganda and the thought patterns of the people. Henceforth, why I call what I do Muse Think, and fix our living kingdom, because obviously it's living, the culture is alive. Fix our living kingdom and heal our people. It's a reminder to the folk to do such. There's a bunch of people's faces on this. I mean, and from my understanding about what KRS-One was speaking, they literally talked to people. They literally put out a survey. They literally asked people what, and we're talking about thousands of people, what hip hop was to them. And they got the collective ones that were the same throughout. And there was people who were saying the same thing. And in that similarity, they came out with 18 principles that apply, or they want you to apply to your life as a hip hop individual, as a hip hop person, for the collective of the culture. And so I know we're going to be going through these, you know what I'm saying, throughout the following shows. But I just want you to know and understand that it's not just words coming out of these people's face. It's a culture. It has something, you know what I mean, to do with it. And that's only one part of the culture. You heard it was DJing, there was entrepreneurship, there was graffiti art, there was MCing, you know what I'm saying? There was what else was there? Hold on, let me get it right. I'm gonna read it right through. Comments such as breaking, MCing, graffiti art, DJing, beatboxing, street fashion, street language, street knowledge, and street entrepreneurship. This is back in, you know what I mean, 2000, what did he say? It was 2001, 2002, something like that. 2005, I mean, 2003, whatever. But it's been around here 20 years now, a whole generation. And in that time, we have had artists come represent this on the microphone and in their life. And then we've had artists who have disregarded these principles, but still want to claim to be part of the culture. And they are now influencing the culture in a way, but I know that they do not have the understanding of what it is that they're doing and why. And if they do have the understanding of what it is that they're representing, they may not have enough backing around them to say, hey, listen, this is important. This is important. We are directing the lives of the children coming up underneath us. Somebody's got to be saying something. And he spoke on back in the day where, and I think we spoke on it numerous times here, where if you were an artist, you had to come out with something that was conscious, that was aware, that was awakening. Everybody, even the hardest cats like Cool G Rap had socially conscious music going on. So it was an important part of the culture and the raising of a generation that we may not never see again. But we are here, and we hip hop, the music, the art, the business is just expanding and getting bigger. Now I consider myself having a high hip hop IQ, pretty high. You know what I'm saying? It's not the highest, knowledgebornallah has got a higher hip hop IQ than I do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still there. Peace. I'm here. Okay. Peace, much. Okay, all right. So Minister Server is on. We're gonna work to get him back so we can finish this. But the culture of hip hop is so important. It's the biggest selling. It only go back and forth battling with country music. You know what I'm saying? Globally. And it has the power to alter, to change, to uplift, to oppress, you know what I'm saying, via the words. And we don't put enough, what do you want to call it? We don't put enough emphasis on understanding and understanding that ability, that power that it has. And a lot of us just take advantage of it and utilize it for, I guess you say, their own glory and their own financial prosperity, which I'm not knocking somebody for doing that. Hold on, just making sure that he know he's back on. I'm not knocking anybody for doing that, but what I am saying is you have a responsibility to the words coming out of your mouth. You got a responsibility to the images being placed on the screen. See, it was the images that is the first language. Symbols. See, those images spoke to us. So there's a responsibility that you have to represent hip hop in a way and fashion that this collective has brought together for principles to represent our culture, your culture, in a way that has an upliftment. It doesn't always all have to be about that. For me, it is. It's always like that for me. But for everybody else, it doesn't always have to be that. So we got Mr. Server back on here. We were speaking on the Declaration of Peace. I just went through the first principle, the eighth principle. The ninth principle and the 18th principle.
Yeah, hey man, pardon me, man. I tried to hit a button, hit the wrong button and shit. So pardon me for that mishap.
Man, don't you stress. Keep it rolling.
Man, a big up to you for reading that, man. Because again, it's like, I'm on my dopest hip hop grandpa grind right about now. You know what I'm saying? That's my new title, the dopest hip hop grandpa, and I'm taking on all challenges. What's up? So yeah,
in that category.
In all seriousness, we as in hip hop, those of us that are blessed to be over the age of 42, we were born in a generation that, again, we were blessed to be the next standard bearers. Because mind you, as we talked about in the elements, there's nothing new about breaking MCing, graffiti, all the stuff you named. Those are ancient African elements. And we know that. But we also know that the situation that brought those to existence, that manifest themselves, was hardship, was struggle, was the enemy trying to kill us, like they always do. You know what I'm saying? So because our Creator and our ancestors are always giving us strategies, are always giving us ways to get past, to get through and achieve victory over our enemies. You know what I'm saying? And it always comes to the young people. The wisdom comes to the elders, but the work comes to the young people. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you have at least 3 generations, generally speaking, the 42 to about, and older, then 41 to about 25, and then 25 and under, generally speaking. So if we look at hip-hop in those 3 generations, the real responsibility is on us, that first generation, because we were the ones that were given a direct link. So I posted something on social media the other day. If you go back and look at the movement of the 60s, and you see from the Black Panthers and the BLA and the Young Lords and the anti-peace movement, there was a whole spirit of rebellion that was happening in the 60s. Not to mention, there were at least six national leaders that were assassinated in that 10-year period. So I say that to say there was a time of major upheaval. So we are the children that came out of that. So when we began to grab onto these ancient elements, we didn't know what we were doing. And we were getting dissed by our elders. They was like, that ain't even music. You know, get out of here. You know, that hippity hoppity stuff. Give it another 3 years. That shit'll be out of here. You know, when Rapper's Delight came out. But I also try to tell people, we start our history August 11th, 1973. Rapper's Delight doesn't come out until like June, September of 1979.
Exactly.
So we had 6 years when we were already functioning in the culture before we started even fucking with the corporation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
People miss that. People miss that part. You know what I'm saying? They be missing.
Well, because again, that 42 and older, we're doing a whack job of teaching it, bro. It's like we can't blame people for not knowing what we're not teaching. Now, obviously, people like us are teaching, but we need 100 people like you. We need 100 people like me because because our enemy, they don't give a fuck about you if you're over 40. They're aiming at our children and at our children's children, and we're allowing the enemy to divide us over fucking rap music. That's bullshit. Because the one thing that we can't ever say is that we don't know what that is. We don't understand it. Whereas though when we were coming up, our parents and our elders could really say, I don't understand that hip hop shit. They could literally say that because they really didn't. But we created it. So if we've been saying since 1993, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. Why the fuck do we keep judging our young people on the rap music that they make? And really not concerned about their lives, about why they're making this kind of rap music, and what are we doing to change the actual conditions in their lives, so you know they don't have to feel like the only way they can get on in the mainstream is by making the kind of rap crap that the mainstream tries to promote. Because the mainstream knows exactly what the fuck they're doing. They know that there's a difference between rap music and hip hop. That's why they had a show called Yo MTV Raps. It wasn't called Yo MTV Hip Hop. So they know. They understand the word sound vibration. They know that most of us, that 42 and older, have fallen off from the culture, so we don't even know the culture no more. So we even get our cues from the culture, from the mainstream. You see what I'm saying? So and then we turn around and our young people, which rap music is always going to be the rebel music, the music of the young, which it should be. But we know those of us that are 42 and older, there was never a time, at least not in my life, where I've liked every kind of rapper or every kind of rap style that came out. You know, being from Jersey, you know, and from the East Coast, it took us a while to even fuck with other regions and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's always the case. But we as the elders, so I tell people, if you're that 42 to 62 born, that's that 1960 to 1980 born generation. If you're in that generation,
71.
Then we at the level where you're either going to lead, you're going to follow, or just get the fuck out the way. We're trying to save our baby. You see what I'm saying? So if hip hop is not your strategy to save our babies, use whatever strategy that you use, but don't try to get in our way and try to tell us what you think it should be based on fucking rap music. That's the fucking, again, you look like a fool arguing with somebody over fucking mumble rap. Because that's just rap. That's just one style of fucking rap that if you don't like it, don't listen to that shit. If you get confused, and now there are more ways to get music than ever before. So if you still listen to mainstream radio, you're on some bullshit anyway, to me. So what? You know what I'm saying? Particularly if you know, but I have a lot of peers that, particularly my peers from up north. I said I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I've been in Atlanta for 35 years, so I am Atlanta hip hop more than anything else. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the whole diversity in Atlanta is not just what you see in the fucking mainstream.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know that. You know what I'm saying? But see, people that don't know that, they watch fucking TV, watch Love and Hip Hop and all that little dumb shit, and think that that's really Atlanta. They're like, well, that's a lane in Atlanta, but Atlanta has a multi-lane highway of what they call hip-hop. So you can call it whatever you want, but if it's not making you a better you, that shit ain't hip-hop. You can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. Excuse my mouth. But,
be free. I freely speak.
Sure indeed, God. But, you know, so it's like my conversation now is even though I work with young people in colleges around the world, my real conversation is with my peers that 42 and older. And if you are, and if hip hop is not your life strategies for our young people, my question is, what are your life strategies? You can tell me what you're against, tell me what you're for, because I have 3 sons and 3 daughters, and I want my daughters to be able to marry black men. I want my sons to marry black women. Now, whether they marry somebody else or all the other kind of stuff, that's going to be their choice. But we have to be intentional about what we're doing. And we know as Africans, you know, it's not an accident that hip-hop culture is on fire on the continent of Africa.
Right.
So whereas though we kind of stay in this bubble in the USA, particularly in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But there's a whole world. Like, you know, I tell artists that, particularly if you're a progressive or a conscious artist, man, you could be based anywhere and have a whole international market that loves the stuff that you're doing, as opposed to trying to think you're going to one day crack this U.S. capitalist, imperialist, fuckery ass mainstream market that they got here. That shit ain't going to happen. Even if it does happen, you have to ask yourself, is it worth the price?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Coming from the Philadelphia area, I watched the Roots come up, and I watched how they were, you know what I mean, very talented. You know what I mean? It was amazing watching them live. If you have never seen the Roots, you don't even know it's a band. You know what I mean? So it was dope. But I seen that they didn't get the recognition here in the States until they got the recognition and the accolades and even the funds, the finances overseas. When overseas started to be like, then people started paying attention. And it was at that point that I knew that I didn't really give a flying fuck what it was going to happen over here when it comes to me and my music. I was always looking to Africa, looking to New Zealand, looking to China, looking to anywhere else but United States of America before I knew that America would or the black people here would even take hold to what it was that I was saying, where I'm coming from, and what I'm dealing with. Say again.
Not to cut your bill, but I tell people, and this is one of the things that's one of those hard truths and shit, bro. It's like most black people that I know are really not in the hip hop culture. They like rap music, but they're not really trying to build the culture. It's just like, you know, especially that 42 and older. So when I'm talking to my peers, like, I'll be 58 next week. You know what I'm saying?
Youngins.
And for those that are in Atlanta, I'm having a birthday get together at Ernie's in the Cut. Check me out on social media. If you're in Atlanta, come through, hang out with the fam and shit. But anyway,
I'm coming through.
If we're not using it to advance our next generation, so that's what I tell people. You know, there's a song on KRS Keep Right CD. There's a song in there called Freestyle Ministry Server Verbals, and it's me and KRS in the studio just, you know, kicking some shit. I had no idea it was gonna be on the album and all that kind of shit. But there's a line that I say on that song that I say, and I tell you like this: I don't pack steel, but I got a gat. That's God, Allah, truth, and I do it like this. My children be the proof. My children were babies when I spit that out into the universe. But now here we are, 20 years later. My children are literally the proof of all the shit that I talk about, all the shit that I do. If you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, and you look at my children, not just my physical children, but the children that I've influenced around the world, I'm good. I'm good as a motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, I am a reflection of my creator, my ancestors, my community. That's why my name is Server. I don't stand alone. I'm not here to represent me. I'm here to represent us. And that in itself is so African at its core. We as Africans, we think us and we. The other folks think I and me. That's a European mindset. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, there's a lot of European mindset, you know, even in the so-called conscious community. So my thing is that, you know, the hip hop Declaration of Peace are 18 principles. There's no names. There's no organizations written in the document. Even the poster that we have those pictures on there to draw people to the principles. So we teach principles over personality, culture over corporation. You know what I'm saying? That's the core of hip hop ministries. However, the power healed our people ministry. That's the core, and we are spiritual, cultural, political hip hop movement in that order: spiritual, cultural, political. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when we understand, how to actually approach real life, as I tell people, I was 39 years old, married with 5 children in my household when I started working with KRS-One. I never was running around fucking playing hip hop. This is real life for me, and which is why I don't try to put my shit on nobody else. Everybody has their assignment. Hopefully, by the time they hit 30, 40, they've gotten their assignment from the creator, from the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm perfectly clear on my assignment. So whether I'm standing next to Kool Herc, the acknowledged father of hip hop culture, or brother I just meet on the street, we're at the same level in hip hop with that hip hop Declaration of Peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
because
sir.
those are principles that we all should hold ourselves accountable to. Now, the whole thing about it is because hip hop is a young culture, less than 50 years old. Like next year, you will see a lot of people from the corporate side, trying to capitalize on the 50-year anniversary of hip hop. We can't stop that at this point because we don't have enough power. But by the time you and my children are our age and they have other children, we will be in full control of our culture if we do the work we need to do now.
Purpose and principle is lined over here on the Hardcorrespondent Podcast. We make sure that with vintage season that the artists who are over 35 years old, still have an outlet to come and express themselves, but also that what they're expressing is the mature aspect of this Muse thing. Now,
also, again, not to cut your beard, but it gotta be more than just fucking rap music. That shit gotta be more than rap. Like, what are you actually doing besides rapping? Like, what are you actually doing that's helping our community besides rapping?
Right.
Because see, that's one of my conversations as well. Like, I know people that will call themselves underground and independent, say, I am hip hop, but they ain't doing shit else besides making different type of rap music. Like, they're not actually out involved with any youth organization. They're not volunteering their time. And we can see that our young black men, they need symbols of manhood in real life, and not somebody that's trying to, make them feel like they ain't shit, but, tell them about the God within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Challenge them to leave that fuckery alone and become the gods that they naturally supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But see, a number of times, particularly at 42 and older, they definitely be on some old nigga shit. They be on some back in my day and real rap and all that bullshit. Young people want to hear that shit. They don't give a fuck about that. They want to know how can they add on to the culture and be their authentic self. And if we really are the elders and we're still in tune with the creator and with our ancestors, then we would let our ego chill and give the direction. Because my thing is that if you over 40 and you ain't got it in yet, motherfucker, you missed that boat. You missed that boat. Let these young niggas do what they do. Hopefully they will stay alive and they will acquire a different wisdom, that they will act differently. So the whole thing is stay alive and things will change around. So every generation has their own responsibility. So my conversation, I appreciate you having me on the show because we need to have more real conversations. I've been having a lot of conversations behind the curtain because I don't want to, once we bring things out publicly, no one will ever be able to say, well, server, why you ain't call me first? Because I'm calling people personally, you know what I'm saying, yo, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, this is what I'm on, just so people are perfectly clear. I'm on my dopest hip-hop grandpop shit. So as I tell my children, I'm not even looking at y'all. I'm looking at my grandchildren, making sure that 20 years from now, my youngest grandson will be 1 year old this weekend. This weekend, yeah. So, in 20 years from now, I want him to be able to have a better life on the planet Earth no matter where he touches down, which is why I do international hip-hop, because this is only one landmass. We're not tied to any landmass. The whole world is ours and everything that's in it. You dig?
Yeah. So, before you go off, because I don't know if you have to leave, because I know we're gonna be on here for
I do. I'm actually at another event now, but I know I wanted to come on. I made a commitment, so I make sure I honor my commitment. So that's why I'm in the car doing this shit now. I'm actually outside of another venue right now.
Two things before you go. One, there's a lot of people I invited to this show that didn't make it. They didn't show up. They didn't do that. So I appreciate love that. Thank you very much for coming through and giving it, because this information is needed. And I'll be going through the principles throughout through other shows, because I'm going to push that. Two. Go ahead.
Also, again, thank you for reading that. And when you read the first one, it talked about 9 elements. In 2015, we added the 10th element, which is health and wellness. Because again, if we're looking at, our brothers and sisters passing on and things of that nature, we have to look at our own selves and health and wellness. So that's actually, we activate 10 elements now. Just to put that out there. Go ahead.
That's part of my I added the 10th situation to Neely Fuller's 10 aspects of human control. I added health as well for myself, because as I read, I didn't see that part, and without the health, none of that other stuff counts. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we've had too many artists who've died without health care, who died not taking care of themselves, living that life, but not doing the right thing. So I appreciate that.
And also, big up to my man Keith Tucker, who's the one that spearheaded the 10th Element movement. HipHop is green. So you go to hiphopisgreen.org and get information about, living a healthy lifestyle, whether it's veganism or, just healthy lifestyle in general. He's doing a lot of great things with young people, particularly, with climate control and stuff like that. So again, for us, it's about this whole lifestyle, man. So, but go ahead, bro.
I'm off camera. I'm gonna definitely build with you on some things that that I have ideas for, that I want to do, especially for fathers who are hip hop and going through what they're going through. But we're gonna build on that. That's my community situation. Shout out to Father's Hand. That's my nonprofit organization that we putting together and putting all the teams together on some other stuff. So, when people ask me, I'm affiliated with as many organizations as I possibly can, because I want to be an assisting hand everywhere else. But my joint is called Father's Hand, and we're going to build on that later on. All right. So the other thing is that the statement that you made about, at a certain age, let the young folk, we as the Vengers are all over 40 years old. But one of the things that we've recognized is that a couple things. We see these rockers at 78 years old still doing their thing on stage.
No doubt.
Doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And so for hip hop, in our opinion, to have to represent that same longevity, we've got to not allow the corporation to tell us that, okay, you guys are too old to do this and such. However, we will not stop the younger age, for coming in. As a matter of fact, when we make the music that we make, we're making it so that they have a template of something else outside of what they hear. Because they're only going to do what they hear. If they don't hear this other thing, then you can't even say nothing to them because they don't know nothing else. But I remember the stories of Public Enemy and them talking about they was doing what they was doing, and it took them 6 to 8 years before they even came out. You know what I mean? And they was doing, so they were, it dawned on me, they were a little bit older age than what I had originally imagined, and definitely older than what I was at 15, 16 years old, listening to them do their thing. So
for sure.
One of the things that the Vengeance wants to do is make sure that we put out quality lyrics that push the propaganda of mature, appreciative love of music, called hip hop, so that not that it's old, but that it's something here that helped raise us. You know what I'm saying? And I was raised off of X-Clan and Public Enemy. Like literally, if it wasn't for Public Enemy and X-Clan and BDP, I would be a totally different dude. Brand Nubian, you know what I'm saying? I did PRT. I would be a totally different dude because I didn't know nothing else, you know what I'm saying, that said to me that, you should know who Denmark VC is. You should, you know what I'm saying, for your actions when you're at a party type thing. You should know the, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, refinement, equality, God, build, destroy, and born. You should know about it. You know what I'm saying? So if it wasn't for the hip hop, it would have altered my lifestyle. And because we didn't see me, Andre, Mike Chambers, Rashidi, Kentex, Nick Nines, Registered Black, Scorpius, Nubian Bear, because we do not see it right now in that conglomeration. You know what I'm saying? We decided to come together at this age to continue what it is that we were put here, and some of our purposes were that we kind of forgot what the purpose was, and just got caught in the colonizers' systematic aspect of just be alive and survive thing. You know what I mean? And don't worry about you expressing. So what we're doing is expressing that, so that the children that we and the youth that we are dealing with, that we see, hey, we put this in their hand. You nice, come rock with us. We can open up the doors and the gates for them to say what they need to say. And even if you're not on the stuff that we on all fully, we're going to give you the opportunity to at least express that conscious aspect for you. I mean, when you come around us, like when you see your elder, when you see your mother, your father, you may be a foul-mouthed motherfucker. But when you go around the elders, hey, pardon me, man. Yes, man.
You're going to tighten up.
Right.
Tighten up. You're going to tighten it up. Right.
Which means we know a little something. And then that is our contribution to the hip hop nation, hip hop culture, from the MC standpoint, but also from the mature individual standpoint, who still is an artist who can express, and we are not allowing the corporation to tell us we should stop doing what we know God put us here to do at this particular time. But it's also needed because we lost that. We dropped, like you said, I agree with you 100. We dropped the ball. The reason why it's like this right now is because we didn't do what we were supposed to do, thinking we were supposed to. But like you said, what did we know? We didn't know nothing then. You know what I'm saying? We were young and it was new to us, but we have a responsibility to push that. And so when you get the opportunity, check that Vengeance. Check that Vengeance joint. I'm plugging all day. Check that Vengeance. For sure. I said to you, you know what I'm saying? The mixtape is going to be played on Friday on DJ Ty Stick's Fleet DJs radio station. DJ Ty Stick, look, God Stick is in the building. You mean God Stick is in the building. Speak on him. Before you go, Mr. Server, this is my DJ. He's the one-arm assassin because he's a DJ with one arm. Now I want you to hear it. He's a DJ with one arm. And as the minister server, you know that it had to take a spiritual aspect for him to continue his craft. I just wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to link with him.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. It's like I posted something not too long ago that I stand by. Some people thought that I was just talking shit, but I was so serious. I said, if you're born between 1960 and 1980, and you are still involved with hip hop culture, we are the chosen people on the planet right now.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
It is us, and big up to all of the artists that we call adult contemporary hip hop artists. That means that you're making music intentionally, hip hop music for the adults, that 35 and older. And big up to artists like Nas, like KRS-One, like Daddy-O, like Brother J, that are still dropping the music. One of the challenges is because our peer group have fallen off from the culture. If they don't hear it in the mainstream, they don't think the shit exists.
Right.
So we have to do, there's a podcast that I was doing, to get ready to start doing again, called Hip Hop Bridge Builders. And, we see, the bridge goes both ways. So we have a lot to reteach our peer group, and we have a lot to learn from the younger people. You know what I'm saying? So, but we are in a great position. I tell people, if you look at mainstream rap music and you judge the culture, you are missing like 9/10 of the culture. That's one aspect. That's one element of the 10 elements that we celebrate. So if you only know about rap music, then you're really not in the hip hop culture. But as I tell people, there are 1,000 different perspectives of what people call hip hop. So our way is not the only way in hip hop, But what we do say, me particularly, let me make it even more personal. What we say through Nation Time Syndicate and through HipHop Ministries is that we got a 30-year track record of it working in our actual lives, in our children's lives, and we're not rap icons and superstars and rap artists like that. We are brothers and sisters, husbands and fathers, community people that have been able to activate these ancient principles and elevate our lives to achieve health, love, awareness, wealth, peace, and prosperity for ourselves and for our children's children forever. And as the philosopher Black Sheep said, you can get with this or you can get with that. The choice is literally yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we have proven the principles. We're not running around trying to get people to be down with us. We're trying to share with our kinfolk, those that just that are naturally called to the culture, but haven't learned the knowledge of the culture.
Yes, sir.
Because if you don't have the knowledge, then you can't apply that. You know, people say knowledge is power. Knowledge is only power when it's applied to a situation.
That's that wisdom.
So applied knowledge is power. So
right.
You know, we're gonna be turning the volume up on the lessons. We are pioneering a spiritual path that we call urban inspirational metaphysics. We're actually, in layman's term, how do you activate the God principles in you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And again, this is not theory, because my belief, as I said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And not only have I done it, I do it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I live this life. People that know me know I live this life for real.
Right.
And I raised 6 children in it, so it's not theoretical. But I also know that I got family members and people that have known me for 30 years that they haven't activated. So they still kind of trying to figure this shit out. And again, that's not a diss, but everybody's where they are in their own level of consciousness, which simply means spiritual awareness. You know what I'm saying? If you still believe in a mystery God, you probably won't be able to activate some of the principles that we teach about. Because you wait for somebody to do something for you, which you have the ability to do for yourself. So that's a whole nother conversation. But we can build on a bunch of stuff, bro. Looking forward to coming back on here, bro, because we got a lot to build on. And I'm here to be of service. For people that try to contact me, you can contact me through social media at Minister Server, MINISTERSERVER. That's on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, but I don't really fuck with Twitter. Got bad energy. I don't fuck with Twitter like that. Yeah. Facebook is where I really appreciate the most, because it's like the old head news network to me. So Facebook, you can definitely find me, David M. Tavares, parenthesis, Minister Server. So y'all is great. Yo, appreciate you having me on, King.
Man,
for real.
Yo, listen, King, I appreciate you showing up, coming through, and especially at another event. You know what I mean? Thanks for your time. Thanks for your energy. And you definitely gonna come back on through. We're gonna finish building on whatever's going on. And I'm gonna hit you on that other stuff because I need to be a part of that right there. You know what I'm saying? I deal with the spiritual aspect all day in the lyrics. So when you get a chance, make sure you check that Vengeance joint out. It's fire, God. It's fire.
I definitely will.
And
yo,
I'm gonna send you my album is done too. So I'm gonna send you directly my album to make sure you got that if I didn't already, to let the folk know what it is and what we're standing for. Go ahead, God.
For sure. Also, man, if I could be of service, I dropped them server verbals. I'm on a few people's albums and whatnot. I tell people, reach out. I'm always here to, drop some jewels and whatnot. Not just rapping, but just spitting or whatever the case. Yeah. Whatever's called for, I'm here to be of service. But in the spirit of our brother, in the spirit of our brother Malik Kalam, I want to say salute to all the people out there. Malik's spirit is here with us. As I tell people, sometimes we have a spirit that spirit never leaves. So Malik is here with us right now. I just want to send that energy out to my brother Malik Kalam.
Yes, sir. You mean at all times, you know what I'm saying? It's always shoot first round here. It's always representing, that outlaw RBG for me, you know what I'm saying? And that's my brother for real. You know what I mean? We both was Browns, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna call you. We got 2 more projects coming. We got the Black 9 and the Green 9 coming. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna have to have you come through, especially on them Jones, and spit a little something. You know what I mean? And just
I got a little something for you. I got a little something, man. I still got a little something, yeah. I keep the sword sharp, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, sire. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you see that Vengeance logo, you understand why. I appreciate love the words that you just said, because we got the swords up representing the V, representing that victorious, elevated nature, Jah's children. That's what it stands for. Peace to the God, war, the devil. Handle your business, God, and it will build every time.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. So people, you heard, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be coming back through, but this is an important aspect. The culture of hip hop, the input that hip hop has, the global ramifications that hip hop can do is so massive that the oppressive aspect, the colonized mind knows it has to keep a thumb on it and keep control over it here in America, because it's always, we're moved from the rebellious spirit to the retribution spirit. We are in the spirit of retribution because we've rebelled enough to see the clearing and see what you've taken from us and see what you've done and applied to the people, and what's causing the people, you know what I mean, in some cases, not all the way, because poverty's there, healthcare is there, you know what I'm saying, to raise that, but you're promoting the effect in the music and recreating this effect on a generational basis. And I don't, like I said before, I'm not even blaming, you know what I'm saying, if I'm going to deal with blame at all, because, you know what I mean, I deal with solutions, but I'm not even blaming the artists who don't know what it is, or even the artists who do know but don't see a way that they can do anything else to participate in this craft speak and make a living out of it. You know what I'm saying? So they follow in what the business says. You know what I'm saying? But hip hop is not a business. The rap part of hip hop, the MCing part of hip hop became a business, but it's still an art form and an expression that you can do business with. So I don't even consider it a business. You know what I'm saying? The only business it is, and it's supposed to be, is that of the culture and the culture of the people and the betterment, you know what I'm saying, somewhere around. Of course, you got to spit the rhymes that talk about what's actually going on. That's part of the culture. But in the same token, in a major but, in the same token, you've got to spit the things that are needed for us to get out of the situation that we in right now as well. Building liberation aligns connected knowledge, and I'm definitely hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I definitely live it. I definitely live my life to express and to show the higher realms. I'm definitely activating my God gene. Definitely doing that. And I know that the ability and the capability is there with each and every one of you. It is the choice that you make. It is whether you follow along with what's going on right now or you make the corrections in your children. Because you know your children to listen to whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why my son, King Shaka, is on Bus Shots at the Devil. You know what I'm saying? And he on this other joint we got called Lost. And he on RBG No Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not stopping what he's doing. If anything, I'll lay a path so that it can happen. I got my other sons who rhyme, and my other sons who do management and things like my daughter's involved in setting up things, and we're helping her get her business off the ground. You understand what I'm saying? Entrepreneurship, that's part of that. So this is a very important discussion. Of course, it takes more time. And so throughout these following shows, you'll hear some more of these principles. I'm going to go through at least 3 of them a show and to remind y'all so you can go back through, blah, blah, blah. We got 18 to do. You know how it is. DJ Godstick was on. DJ Tastic, the one-on-one assassin, a.k.a. Godstick, was on. And hopefully we can get him back for the after party so we can build with him, because we didn't finish his hip-hop story last time he was on. We didn't even get to when what he's done here in Atlanta or what he's done down here when he got there and changed his name from Sean E. and the Double A Posse. Shout out to the Double A Posse reunion, 6th Ward reunion happening on the 23rd in Reading, Pennsylvania. Location to be announced later on. We know where it is, but we ain't telling y'all yet. You know what I'm saying? But from the Shawnee into the Tie Stick aspect before he even became the one-arm assassin, you know what I'm saying, down here in GA, Atlanta, you know? So hopefully we can get on there. You know, what time we got here? What's the time? 10:52. Again, y'all, it's going to be on Mix. It's going to be on Fleet DJ's Mix Tape Radio. His show is called The Gumbo Show. And it's because he got a whole pot of everything he put on there because he's a world-renowned, very musically eclectic DJ, disc jockey. You know what I mean? He was around when the tapes was around. He was around when you put the LPs on the joint. He's now here during the time where things are digital, and he's continuously doing it even with one arm. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Again, my album will be coming out. It's done. We just tightening up some things on what we're going to do, how we're going to present it, how we're going to get it to people, how you can purchase it, because it is a purchasable album. The Avengers mixtapes are going to be, open, freely given, so that you can appreciate love, the lyrical content, and the work we put into it. And we got 2 more of those coming before we put the actual album out and together and out for purchase. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to be rocking these mixtapes and let you get used to hearing our voices and knowing who we are and who are people that we know are coming in through. So keep an eye out for that. But Vintage Season Volume 1 is done. And right now, for the cats who got it, underneath the wraps, it's getting very, very high critiques and reviews. And when it comes out, you just appreciate love it. You know some of the songs, but Shout to the Devil on there, Exposing the Secret on there, Through the Knowledge on there, RBG No Gucci on there. You know what I'm saying? So you know some of these songs, some of the things that we got already. High Vibing on there. You know what I mean? So you're going to be able to check that out. If you're looking for Call of War on there, it's not. It's only in the video, only on YouTube. That's it. You might hear me rock it at a show if you come to see a show, but that's a special joint. That wasn't supposed to come on the album at all. I just put that out there for the people. So just a little Easter egg for the people in the Sundiata the Great, Sun the Great archives, those who are following me, those who are part of my family of greats, and which people would call fans, but you know what I mean? I only need a fan when it's hot and I don't want to turn the AC on. So, you know what I mean? You, me, I'm you. My greatness is your greatness. That's how I do. You know what I mean? But look out for that Vintage Season Volume 1 album. And definitely tune in on Friday, 9 a.m. You know what I'm saying? To hear the Avengers mixtape, the Red 9. We got a Red 9, a Black 9, and a Green 9 coming, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It is fire. Shout out to my brothers rocking on that joint. You know what I'm saying? And let's see where we at. What's the time, man? What's the time? Where everybody at on here? You know what I mean? So I really thought I was going to see Mike Chambers on here. I know DJ Tastic, DJ Gostic, his Wi-Fi had been acting up all night. He already hit me before it happened. It's acting up. But I really thought I was going to be able to see them and let them build with the minister. I think it's a very necessary component in the music to remind folk that there's a spiritual connection. Like even these cats, like you talk to 2 Chainz, he gonna tell you, you know what I mean? Something happens spiritually when you're on that stage. Something happened when you're in that booth. You know what I'm saying? And it's what you do with that spiritual connection that make a difference. And Mr. Server spoke on the Panthers, BLA, talk about the cats who was doing rebellious movements and for our freedom, so that you can enjoy some of the freedoms that you get now, breakfast programs and things like that. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know and realize is that whenever they had an event and a rally, whatever, they always had a musical component with it. It was always there. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the first times where we don't have in our culture, because it's still out there in other cultures of music, we don't have the spiritual leadership. We don't have the moral background or what is the word I'm looking for? We don't have that person, those people, those artists who come and like a Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye wasn't conscious, but when he put out What's Going On, yo, that John altered things, and it reminded people, and then it gave him insight, gave him vision, gave him beyond hope. I mean, these things are important. James Brown was on what he was on, but James Brown put out Black and Proud. You see what I'm saying? Isley Brothers put out the original Fight the Power. You mean this is a component that is necessity, and at this time we don't see that in urban music. They literally shut that down because they recognize the power behind it. They take rap all across the world. They take revolutionary rap, not just rap. They take so-called revolutionary rap around the world. And they play this at different shows. 6 months later, you got an insurrection going on. And they know that this was going to happen. That's why they took it. But they also know that's what's going to happen, so they don't allow it on the mainstream anymore at all. You mean, you can't tell me that, what's the reason why we ain't really hearing the positive things that even the cats that my favorite, Joey Badass. Where Joey Badass on the mainstream? He be saying it. He be giving it to you artistically, MC wise, but you can tell his upbringing had a spiritual and a cultural background to it. Where's that? You know what I'm saying? He in his early 20s. Why are we not hearing that? He got gold records. Why are we not hearing that? Because it's on purpose. It is a plan. And so, one of the aspects of like the Avengers, you know what I'm saying? We ain't this time we need superheroes. At this time we got all this thing going on. We need superheroes. But we ain't just the superheroes. And superheroes always have their own theme music. We're not just the superheroes, we're the supreme Herus. And we don't have our own theme music. We are the theme music. And this music, this Muse think, is going to activate certain parts of your pineal gland to push that melanin and pass on the message that, yo, there's something more here for us to do to get us out of this controlled mind state that we in, that has us representing ourselves in the most negative light as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I want to touch on the fact that the hip hop aspect is so African and so cultural. It's always been us. I almost want to say DJ Tastic, Godstick. There it go. I see it. DJ Godstick, the one arm assassin. Yeah, man. I'm just building on how hip hop, from the drum to the word spoken to the storytelling, is the original form of music, man. Like, that's the reason why it gets grasped on so much, because it's in your genes, it's in your DNA. That drum is your heartbeat. You know what I mean? And I know as a DJ, you know what I'm saying, you hear music even different than I do. I hear it from, the lyrical standpoint. You hear it from the sounds and the vibrations, John. Shout out to Bottega Boys. Bottega Boys ATL is in the building right now. That's us. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bottega Boys. Don't forget they're having a pool party on the 2nd of July up in the Poconos. You know what I'm saying? Get your tickets. You can holler at either one of us to get the tickets. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get your bottles pre-hand. You got to get your bottles pre-hand. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no open bar. There ain't no bar there. They do have an open bar for an hour, but after that, ain't no more drinks, y'all. So you better get your bottles pre-hand. You know what I mean? Holler. But I had to see that. I see the Bottega bottles in the background. You know what I mean? Shout out to Half the Hustler. You know what I'm saying? So you know how to do that. But yeah, on the music thing, man, when you hear music, is there a spiritual connection for you?
No doubt, yeah. You know, I play all kind of. I play music different. I don't even understand what they saying, but I can feel it.
Right. I love reggaeton because I don't know what they're saying. As a lyricist, that's the first thing I listen to. But reggaeton, I don't speak that language, so I just get to feel the beat and feel the flow of what they doing. I love that shit, Ron. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But now that we got you on here, at this point in time, and y'all gonna have to forgive me. I didn't eat, so I've been munching as we go, but I'm hungry. But we did not get into the Georgia aspect and the switching from Sean E from the AA Posse. Shout out to the cookout we having on 23rd of January. 23rd of July in Reading, Pennsylvania. RDG, our hometown, 6th Ward in the building. You know what I'm saying? AA Posse, John. But you
Big bang, baby.
It's the big bang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, front and Schiller, Buttonwood Street. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Holland Block, baby. You know what I'm saying? The Ave, right off the Ave, school was good. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let me set this up real quick. You're in Reading, you're doing your thing in Reading. You've if they don't remember, you had a record label, one of the first down there yourself. You're pushing artists, certain things that happen, you're moving, you're grooving. I don't remember. Oh yeah, you were going through how the music was affecting your relationship with your children's moms. You know what I'm saying? And it was an issue, but you continue to strive through. Now you move from that area down to this area. When you move from this area down here, is that when you changed your name, or did you do it before you got there? And what is the reason why you changed the name from Sean E to DJ Ty Sticks?
Well, there's a long story behind that. That's a whole nother thing. But it was a stolen identity, so I had to get a whole name change.
Okay.
Motherfuckers going around the world fucking my name up.
Right.
I had to get a name change. Then with the name, it was Tylo. So Tylo came.
Ty.
About the chocolate tie back in the day, the Buddha chocolate stick. Yeah. That's what that tie stick.
It get you high like that. You know what I mean? That music, that DJing gets you high like that.
Like I said, I rehearse and I always work on my swords, keep staying sharp. But you notice, I don't have sets when I go to a party. I feel the energy and rock off of that. You ever was to do a set? I take it off the top of the dome. We freestyle every night we go out. It's a freestyle. And still keep the crowd rocking.
I think it has the crowd rocking more because you working with the crowd. You ain't just working the crowd, you working with the crowd. I mean, it's a symbiotic relationship going on. And a lot of DJs have forgotten that part.
And see, a lot of people they always say play for the crowd. It's really, I feel you want to bring the crowd, you want to take them on a ride, on an experience, on a journey. Like we enjoying this night, we gonna take it here, like bang, bang, bang. You hear that song on the radio 50,000 times every day. You heard it 3 times coming to the club or the party, the event, wherever it is. So why do I do it again?
Truth.
Out here, download music all the time, all day. I got so much music, and y'all want to hear these same 5, 6, 10 records that you done heard.
Exactly. I can't stand that shit. What? I can't stand that, bro. Like for real. Like, you know what I mean?
All the clubs down here, they all playing the same shit.
The exact same thing. Almost the exact same way.
Even when you go to the old school, they play the same old school joints.
Yep.
Songs out here, man, that are hot, that ain't getting That's what I try to do. I just try to mix it and just play different stuff and still try to keep it rocking.
For those who came to Pal's Lounge when we was rocking Pal's Lounge, you know what I'm saying? You know he telling the truth. He'd be playing stuff in there. You'd be like, oh, what? You may not even know what it is, but it was so dope that you just rock with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what comes with a selector, a stand-up selector, and a DJ, you know what I mean, who represents the people. And which is why, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We refer to him as God stick over this joint. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what it is. So you got that done down to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Change the name, DJ Tastic. Run us into some of the things that you were dealing with and some of the stuff that you did at that point in time. Before the incident happened. You know what I'm saying? That really transformed even where you're at right now.
We had a club. What's the cousin that Prince of Funk and all them?
Mm-hmm.
Fly club inside. Actually, I was just working when I came down here first. We had a club inside the Stonecrest Mall. Right across from the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Immaculate club. Club was fly. So Prince put me on. You know, he had the boys that's in there, and I just go out there with him. That's my DJ Styles, my man DJ Styles.
DJ Styles, what's up, Styles?
Something happened where he had to go to one day, and he needed somebody. He's like, "Yo, who's going to DJ?" I was like, "Man, I DJ." He's like, "What? Like you for real?" But I wasn't up on the Serato, though. I was still on the straight records on the joint.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me a quick little preview of the. This is before the Serato. They had the box back then, the little box. And
yeah,
you know how to move that, how to pull the records down for the computer, all this and that. You got a little last thing like, well, where's the crates at? So he showed me the crate. After that, yeah, we just ran with it. He did. He came back. I had the joint rocking. He's like, "Yo, you do DJ? You DJ for real?" Like,
heard that a bunch of times. I'm sure. Heard that a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, I go to some. We be at events and then cats be coming like, "Oh, you a real DJ?"
Right.
I mean, so if I'm a real DJ, then what are they?
On the parallel, you know what I mean, that would say that they're fake asses. Some would say they're hacks.
Because, oh, you know what? So if I'm a real DJ, then what are these guys did? But yeah, we did that. We was rocking out there. Then me and Styles, you know, I started hanging out with Styles. Me and Styles was going around. He put me in the mix. You know, Styles was in doing spots. We had a big event there at the Springer Fourth Center. We had like a DJ's Going Wild joint. Because there's like 4 different rooms and an outside patio.
Wow.
So I put a DJ in each different room with different parties going on. We just called it, yo, DJ's Going Wild. Yo, salute to the fleet. They came through, was up there. Yeah, they came, had the fleet in there. We had, DJ Reality came through. We just have DJ Reality up in there. Styles, DJ Knight, DJ Knight. Oh, DJ Knight used to come out to the club out the Stonecrest too. That's where we met.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can't forget the big homie, what's his name? DJ Red Dread, 107.9.
Okay.
Red Dread. And
so you had the names in there. Shoot, I remember coming up to the atrium when they still had the pool. And y'all was rocking that pool party. You and DJ Styles was rocking that pool party at the atrium back then.
Yeah, it was at the atrium in the pool. Also did the hip-hop, what's that? The big hip-hop with DJ Prince, Serving These Streets. Big shout out to Prince, Serving These Streets. Yo, salute Serving These Streets. Yeah, that's and see Shan was out there. He was hosting that joint. Yeah. Those are just a couple of things I had before I actually lost the art. I was DJing a couple clubs at the Underground Atlanta.
Okay.
I opened DJ Jelly that one time. He came in there. He was like, "Yo, where they find you at?"
Yeah. Exactly. Y'all heard him, right? DJ Jelly.
He's like, "Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm enjoying listening to you rock, man. Just go on to rock for a little. We gonna chill for a minute." Like, all right,
wow.
Yeah, they sat back. They changed like, "Yo, oh yeah. You's a beast." You know. Yeah, I got that. He came when he started doing his thing. But it's like, how you turned the club into a party.
Right. Wow.
Club vibe to a party vibe. You turn people just jumping and then yeah.
I mean, I don't think the people understand the importance of that. You know what I mean? You have one of the top DJs in the city coming through and giving props to the guy about his DJing situation at his party. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And tell him, nah, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. So,
rocking. Keep rocking.
Right. You know what I mean? So you're doing your DJing, doing your thing, you're linked up with numerous DJs, you're promoting parties, you know what I'm saying, during this time, and you're working at the same time.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing, you get into work. You know what I mean? The incident happens, you know what I'm saying? Boom. You're at a point in your life, you're like, yo, what I'm gonna do? Because this is what I do, this is what I love. You know what I mean? And then tell us the story on how you got, and you've said it before, but for those who missed it, you know what I'm saying, at this point in the junction, because that's where we're at right now. Well, tell us the story on what was really the solidifying time and moment that said, no, I'm going to continue to do this. When did it happen? You lost your arm. You're dealing with that. What was that point? The show improved time, I should say. When was your show improved time?
I mean, peacefully rest my daughter, Emerald, Emmy.
Salute.
Like 10 days after my accident, I was home. Like I was in the hospital, I got out. And like I said, for everybody to know, my arm, it got pulled off. And then it chopped down, it got yanked. It was playing tug of war. And it just got pulled off. Then I had to walk, say, the distance about 2 blocks to find help. But anyway.
Amazing.
About 10 days later, though, my daughter, they want to come down to see me. So I flew her down to see me. She come down. And, I was supposed to be on bed rest. I was on bed rest almost like a year. She's like, I don't know what you do, Daddy. So I was like, man, I can always, she's like, well, get up, well, let me see, show me.
Yeah.
And the video floating around, the video's up on Facebook. I don't know if it's on my Facebook page, but yeah, that day I got up and like, man, I could always rock. And I just got up and yeah, showed me. So I got up and I rocked.
Wow. From that feeling, from that point, right? Did you feel that this was your calling for real? You know what I'm saying? Like you was already the man, you was already doing your thing, but to be able to do your thing and you only got one arm, was there any like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Was any of that there?
At that time, I was almost every drug known to mankind. So I was doped up.
Yeah.
You just had me on. I ain't gonna say I got a big box still because I went cold turkey. I stopped all the pain meds. Just said, fuck this shit. I ain't taking these shits. So I'm supposed to be taking for the rest of my life. So I always be in pain. So, but they had me, I was doped up, but still sort of messing me in the they don't get into all that. Anyway.
Your equilibrium and things.
Yeah. And so it wasn't really a thought. I was just doped up. I was really just doing it at that time until I went cold turkey and things started to clear out a little bit.
Yeah.
Then it started to make more sense. And this is where we're gonna go with it.
Yeah, man. Amazing. I remember when I talked to you and you was still in the hospital and you was probably, doped up, of course. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, man, I just lost my arm. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You just, feeling in it or something? Just gonna come back? He was like, nah, she ain't coming back. It's gone. I was like, you mean it's gone?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And it's just gone. It's gone. And he was
it's gone.
Like, his spirit wasn't defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how many drugs you on, that shit still, is a defeating, debilitating situation. and you were like, nah, I ain't done. I mean, I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And then to come back, and when I came back down, you were you was in the garage doing your thing, right where you at now. You know what I'm saying? You and Spider, shout out to Spider, Black Spider.
Black Spider.
You know what I'm saying? Putting mixtapes together. You know what I'm saying? And so let's get into the time where you started doing the mixtapes after you lost your arm. You know what I'm saying?
Banging them. I was at home. I'm used to being out hustling, working, grinding. Right. So now I got all this free time. I'm sitting there, bed rest my ass. I put the turntables next to the bed. So I'm laying in bed like this.
Amazing.
On bed rest, in the bed. I got to get out the bed to DJ.
Amazing. So around how many mixtapes did you put out during that time?
Oof, about 50.
Wow. 50 mixtapes during the time after you lost your arm.
Yeah.
Man.
I was on bed rest.
Let's see.
That pit. I think they done blackballed me, kicked me out. Like, why you blackball? I'm making mixtapes. Everybody up on here making mixtapes.
Yeah, you were doing 4 much for him, God. 4 much.
Because I was getting these like, yo, can we make a mixtape? Like, God damn, you killed us.
Somebody complained about it.
4 mixtapes a week. Bang. And then they was getting all like 5 stars, 100% and all this joint. Like I'm working on the whole process. I'm working on one-handed style. Remember, I'm still new to having one arm.
Right.
I'm figuring it out while I'm making these mixed CDs. And there's still 5 stars, 100%. So everybody like, yo, thumbs up and all this and that.
That shit's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
I didn't have I did when my daughter came, I did a little, just I mean, as you see the video, I did a little, but yeah. But I was sharpening that mug. I figured out how to go, salute the You're Not a DJ movement that was out there at the time. Until that, they start going through some nonsense. But it was a little, that was a hot little group on Facebook. They had all heavyweight DJs up in, a lot of DJs around the world, DMC champs, all kind. I don't know what it was. I guess Eagles, whatever, got caught up, but somehow it just fell apart. I met a lot of good DJs in there, and big shout out my man Ken Do the God. He kept me, ran into my other homie back in the Eddie B. Swift. The Mad Hatter. He was up in there. He's running it. He kept it smooth. Who else is in there? There's man, all kind of DJs up in there. What's my man? Mike, the dude from Detroit. Yeah, he be killing it. At the time, I was doing stuff. I was doing hosting with DJ. Who DJ Knight introduced me to the Fleet DJ. I mean the Fleet. That's about the time I go to the Fleet. They show me love. And I had the arm.
Yeah.
They embraced me. That's when they had the conference that we're going to in July.
Yes.
In Atlanta.
I forgot about that last night, y'all. You know what I mean? The big conference. When they asked me what it is that I'm doing, July 14th to the 18th in Jacksonville. Duval. We're going to be down there. On the 16th, I'm on that stage. You know what I'm saying? Representing, Do the Knowledge Radio, representing 6th Ward, representing Outlaw RBG, Zalute Malik Kalam. You know what I'm saying? And of course, representing my brothers, the Vengers. We're going to be out there doing our thing. God Stick is going to be there in the building, but he's also going to have a 40-minute set out back when the party is. And trust me, that party is a party, boy. Woo, that thing was live last year. You know what I mean? And now he's going to get his opportunity to get up there and do his thing. But I want to bring it into a personal aspect for me. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. I'm falsely accused of some shit. They bring me from Pennsylvania to Atlanta. That's how I got down here. Falsely accused, book coming out. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag not me, but you know what I'm saying? So they falsely accuse me, come down. I get out on this bail, John. One of the first people I see, you know what I mean, and come link up is God Sticks. You know what I mean? He blessed me with five t-shirts. Right? Y'all don't understand. Coming and ain't got nothing. You got nothing, and somebody give you 5 t-shirts, bro. That shit was like gold to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, fresh shit. You know what I'm saying? It was gold. You know what I mean? But I'm at the house. We rhyming. There's film of this too. There's film of this. He put it on. It's somewhere on Facebook somewhere, and I'm feeling it. He's playing KRS-One Manifest. You know what I'm saying? And it hit me like, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this clear, man. He hit me like, yo, you're going to have to do this music thing, and he's going to be your DJ for real, for real. And I was like, yeah. You know how something hits you, like, I'm watching him do his thing. I'm like, well, he can DJ, and I'm hip-hop, so I need to have a DJ with me anyhow. Where is that? Because a lot of these artists have lost the concept of having a DJ. They've been dealing with producers for so long that they don't know the back and forth, the camaraderie, the skill it take to do that on both the DJ part to catch the beat and not to mess the MC up. You know what I mean? While they doing the wigga zigga. You know what I mean? And adding flavor to the song, so it ain't just the same song you done heard on the radio. You know what I mean? Or wherever you heard it on the CD tape, wherever. You know what I'm saying? So we had a conversation. I said, I'm gonna do this. Would you mind being my official DJ for this, John? Now, me and Godstick know each other for years. You know what I'm saying? There was a crew I was in called PP. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was initiation for the John and everything. And he was one of the first people to take, if not the first person to take the initiation. You know what I'm saying? He's just that type of quality person. You know what I'm saying? So we made a link and we made a commitment to do this music thing and to ride it out wherever it took us to. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So I had to bring that part up. Now, we in the aspect of music. You know what I'm saying? You doing your music, had all these mixtapes out, people hating on you, and then, you know what I mean, linking up with me as a duo, as a team. You know what I mean? Son of Great, DJ Tostick, putting these Johns out. Where were you doing other? I know the answer to this. Obviously, y'all people know this, but I want y'all to do so. Were you doing other events during that time? Were you just sitting back, not doing anything, just waiting, you know what I mean, to work on all stuff? What were you doing at that time?
I was doing events. I was traveling, really.
As you should.
Yeah, we was down there, you know, all over the Caribbean, Central and South America. Big shout, you know, Panama, big shout, Colombia and Jamaica and Bahamas and Puerto Rico. And
let's stop right there, because that's where I was getting at. You know what I'm saying? You was in Puerto Rico with hip-hop icons for a couple of years through. How's your relationship between, you know what I mean, those people there who go to we're going to that event? What is that event? Just build on that a little bit.
Well, that was the Puerto Rock Music Fest, doing by the Rocksteady crew with Legs in them.
Crazy Legs, yeah. I've seen film where you walk up to people and they're like, yo, DJ Tostick, what's happening? I mean, prominent people in the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? Legends.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean, showing love, giving you love, man. You know what I mean? How did you build and cultivate those relationships?
Just the energy. I can't explain it, man. It's just it just flows, man.
Mm-hmm.
Flow, man. It just flows. Hey, yo, something we knew for back day, you know what I mean? So we just met.
Right.
But still just, you know.
The reason why I'm bringing it up is because we in the days of loving hip hop, which ain't really hip hop. I mean, I love hip hop, but that ain't loving hip hop. You know? But anyhow, and in that, on these particular shows, they emphasize the beef between people more than they emphasize the camaraderie.
Yeah.
And of hip hop and what it do. You know what I'm saying? And since we just had the declaration, the hip hop declaration of peace we was building on, I mean, I wanted to make sure that people understood that it's not just about you shining and being that dude in the corner, but it's about you, you know, being a real genuine individual to help the collective. And when you do that, they're going to see it. People going to see it, and they're going to respond positively, properly to you and how you do that. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know what I mean, I even brought that up because I know you.
Just recently, just today, who's I'm talking with, but you know, the graffiti artist.
Right.
Got a dope logo. From a straight, you know what I mean? Graffiti legend, artist legend, like
original work there. You know, original work from a legendary graffiti art. One of the 10 elements of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Coming through, doing work for July 23rd, Reading, PA, Double A Posse, 6 Ward John reunion. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Yeah, it's a plug. I'm plugging.
Shout to Royal Boy, yo, Roz, yo, Corey, Les, Jose, yo, Kev, Devin, Rudy, Artie, who else? Big Dave, who am I forgetting?
Charlie Rock,
Charlie Rock, Frost,
D-Rex, Frost, can't forget Frost.
All right, we said Frost. We'll say Frost 2 more times. Frost. Thought.
There you go, Frost. Told you, yeah.
Look him up. Steph, listen to his stuff. He got some.
Frost is DMX without the crack, y'all, and been that way the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Been that way the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, I didn't mean forget it. Whoever I didn't mention your name, yo, you in there? You know who you is. I ain't purposely forgetting my mind. I'm just tired. I've been grinding all day.
Yeah.
Finished with the mix show to come up on here, so I'm tired. I just say right.
And it's hot.
Yeah.
It's 107 degrees out here today.
Storming.
Oh man, it was hot.
All right, if I forgot your name, it wasn't purpose. Eddie Wesley Smith.
Lamont,
Devin Glover, yo, can't forget 33rd. Yo, Jimmy Blake.
Man,
we go on and on.
It's gonna be that type of event where, you know what I mean, it's gonna be love passed around, and we looking to see where we can, you know what I mean, the next day bang out a day party show type John. So, you know what I mean, we can, you know what I mean,
we gotta get back to I gotta talk about the early days of Reading and the Double A Posse. Go
ahead, man. Build on it.
We skipped the whole Jordan thing, you know what I mean?
So dealing with the Double A Posse, go ahead, build on what you want to speak on.
Double A, we all grew up together. Like, we used to go by Travel Fox Posse.
Why the Travel Fox Posse?
Because we used to wear them Travel Fox boots back in the day.
Stomping on niggas, you know what I'm saying?
What are them the guys that be out there in Brooklyn? Dressed all up with the gear on that be preaching out there.
Hebrew Israelites. They call right by the Albee Square Mall. Fulton Mall. Guys go to that record store, Beat Street, right across from look, there we go, Beat Street. Right with the church to be Beat Street, right across from the Albee Square Mall, like catty corner for Albee Square Mall. There's a record right there on the corner, right in the Fulton Mall. We used to go there. And we used to go down Fort Greene. We have a cousin that stayed up in Fort Greene.
And they're like, yo, why don't you sell travel foxes? You know, we also got our boots on. They're like, yo, I can't forget about Streets Blessed. We was gonna see him over Eastern Parkway and all that. Yeah.
Right.
Salute, Streets Blessed.
Salute.
Platinum
artist, guys. Platinum on the platinum record.
Oh yeah. You know, that's that the clip, the grinding.
The remix.
Yeah, they got a reggae remix. He's on that joint. Oh, the Cardinal Official. Who up? Yeah, and he got Pharrell. He got like a whole about an album. Pharrell Neptunes did for him. Yeah. He's sitting on Neptune tracks. He got some fly shit. Which was that? Oh, the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
You know, we are very intelligent people. Like, why don't y'all come up with something creative that? Like, y'all know this mug. This is a racist mug. Don't even like y'all. Here y'all are frying bigging their name up. Y'all getting paid off of that. You doing this, y'all doing that. At this time, we're like 16 years old.
Yeah.
We ain't supposed to be up in New York. Like we Sheila Barbies here. We on the bus. We all up in Brooklyn. Then we came back. We was kind of discussing, and I think it was Roy. He's reading something with the library, something like that. He came across the paper and kept seeing all the people doing it. All the papers, aggravated assault. And stuck. He's like, yo, aggravated assault. Yo, that's dope. Aggravated assault. Like, yo, word. Like, yo, double A. Double A posse. Yeah. And that's like double A posse.
Dope.
Which stands for aggravated assault. Because suckers aggravate us and then we assault.
It was really like that, y'all. Really was. You know what I'm saying? I know people be thinking Reading a little ass town. What Reading got to do? But I'm gonna tell you like this: don't come from out of town thinking you're gonna be like that. You better get down or lay down. Only when it come to Reading. You know what I mean? Cats wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying?
Up out of there in the box, for real.
Yeah, really. We out of there, and it's amazing that we are even where we at. Trust that. You know what I'm saying? So not to be in jail and not to be dead.
But it
is an accomplishment to get out of Reading. And I'm sure it's like that in a lot of small cities.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about Reading because that's where we from. You know what I'm saying? Reading to y'all. You know what I mean? You know, on the Monopoly board, the Reading Railroad. Yeah, that's us.
We used to play at the Reading. I lived a half a block away from there.
Yep.
Playing on the Reading Railroad for real.
I remember riding that railroad when the trains were still coming from Philadelphia. I remember going to Philadelphia on the train on that railroad a couple of times.
I remember hopping the train going up.
Mm-hmm.
We used to jump the trains to go.
See. So the aggravated assault, that John, I mean, that's how y'all got together.
Yeah.
But what made y'all, you know what I'm saying?
I can't forget June. Yo, Black Midnight. Can't forget Midnight.
Can't forget Midnight. What's good, Midnight? What's happening?
You know,
I mean, what made y'all? What made you say, "Hey, man, you mean we can do a business out of this"?
The Miss. I was doing a little bit. I was. I guess the statutory limits is over by now, right?
Yeah.
I was dibbling and dabbling with the hustling with dark side of the world a little bit.
Okay.
About to be 18, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, gotta think about something else at the same time, you know. But I was really, I was really into the knowledge of the books, was always reading all this and that. I was a B-boy. I was still breaking and popping. I think I was dibbling with the MC a little bit at that time. But I was also with a heavy influence back on DJs, carrying equipment, moving all them, I gotta get out. Another when I first started, the first little crew I had was with Sean Reed and H. We got there on 3rd Street. H is grandma's house, the 3rd floor.
H Vidal?
Yeah, across from Lawrence Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the first DJ crews that, yeah. And then, you know, we used to do parties. And then it just came out, got equipment, and we just started rocking parties. So we'd rent out little halls and stuff like that. They charge us, you know, depending what it was. Some hall be $50, some be $125, those was like $250. And put flyers out around the whole city. Have everybody go up there and rock with us. We started like 9th and Spruce. We did the karate school up on 9th and Penn, where Roger had the karate school. The Masonic. Then we built, I don't know if people out there remember Mr. G's right on 5th and Penn.
I remember that.
And let's get it closed up in the basement down there.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we got the other Italian dudes, and we built one over there on 5th and Court.
Mm-hmm.
Dynasty 1. Hey, look, it was an old building. We cleaned this joint out, built the dance floor. That main guys in it, but we was in there helping. Like I said, we was young. We still I was like 17 like at this time. We building joint, built dance floor, built DJ booth, all that, just so we could rock. And they bring the whole there because we never wanted to go. Because before that, they had certain little clubs, but a lot of clubs was out playing, you know, the bougie joint. That's all in the suburbs. You grew up us. They ain't really have a good spot. They had like the after I do the CP. You had the Elks. You had you know, they had the Mystique. Did the Mystique with, then it was the Dimensions.
Yeah.
That. Studio 124. Adam Apple. And you know, first night the Spruce, Swam and them had that first. I think they chilled out. That's what we picked up, Night the Spruce. Yeah, Swams, because people used to call it the Swams. Remember they used to call it Swams. Yeah. Yeah. And then that we just started doing it. It was like, yo, you know, us became like hood celebrities.
literally. I remember. I remember seeing it.
Like Project X before Project X. We the original Project X.
Yep. Cats was following people's lives and made a movie about that.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're gonna make a movie about life for real. Watch.
A couple movies about me out there. Look. Hold up. Somebody telling my stories out here. What else? That's back when I had my first car. I was 17 years old with a fucking Peugeot.
Yeah, I remember that.
They just knew I was on some shit. Said, this one got a fucking Peugeot.
A Peugeot.
I'm driving around with foreigns and shit. These guys 17 driving in foreigns.
Before Cats was even having that conversation in their raps, really.
Yeah.
Shit was happening.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward because you DJing for me has got you to, not got you, but you did it yourself, but we're in that point where now you're the official DJ of the Vengers, and we had a show coming up on the 18th, this Saturday, at Olympic Park. Centennial Olympic Park, right downtown in Atlanta. And we got an hour show. So as a DJ with an hour show, you got maybe 8 of the 9 MCs coming on the joint. What do you have to do to get ready for something like that?
I was born ready.
Ooh, that's the perfect answer. God sticks. And henceforth, that leads into, the new name God sticks, because, normal men can't do what you and continue to do what you've done and what you do and what you're doing right now. And juggling 8 to 9 MCs and putting out a mixtape, zigging it through the mixtape and having it. I seen it happening with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? that's some things only God can get done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're wondering why we call him Tastic, but on the screen it say Godstic, because he's made another transition into his divinity, tapped into, like Minister Server was saying, into his God self, and is transformed and transposed, or who he was, transformed himself, and now is dealing with some cats who are lyrically ridiculous. Their life is dope. I mean, we live in that hip hop situation. We assisting in neighborhoods. I mean, grassroots, not even in organizations, just anything we can do to help. You know what I'm saying? You see us doing it, carrying bags and merchandise for elders. What you mean? Who don't know us? We don't have nothing expectations to get anything from it. We just want to do what we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And he is the ringleader, the DJ, putting these things, the sounds, and when you hear the mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? And when you hear even the EPs, that's him did that. He put that together. He made sure these songs are over here, but these songs are right here too on this mixtape. And when you hear this mixtape tomorrow, on Friday, on Kumba Friday, when you hear this joint, then tell them how to get in touch with, or how to the process or whatever it may be, to and what time that shit's gonna rock.
Before we get to that, I gotta get another crew. Got so many crews. Like I said, I'm not trying to forget people.
No, I feel you. You know what I mean? You know better than I do, God. You know what I'm saying? Handle it.
The Migos, the original Migos, back in the day. My man, peacefully rest, schools, Brett Cadden. Yo, Jake F. Frank, Cody Belly.
Ooh,
yeah. My man, Illy, Frank Miller. Yeah, that whole squad. Can't give about that. That's part, I was down with a squad called the Migos and the Mexican compadre.
Yeah.
This is back in the 80s. Way these Migos down there was even born back there.
Right. It wasn't even thought of. They parents was teenagers.
Well, even with them, the homeboys on that put them up. We got videos of them in the backseat running. Not the DJ.
Right.
All right, let's get that shout to the Migos. I'm trying to remember. I'm tired. I've been grinding. You heard, I've been up all day grinding.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 positions, the jobs, radio, all kind of stuff. I've been doing that at it. So
we only got 15 more minutes. We almost out of here. I'm tired. I'm beating the face with that. That sun beat me up today.
Oh yeah, that sun is blazing. Like I said, you see that post I put? If y'all think it's hot now, wait till y'all go to hell.
Yeah.
I ain't get no likes on that.
Grr. Yeah, whatever.
They see it.
Stop reminding us. Nah, get better.
With all it gets me is how I black, because
Mm-hmm.
Accident my arm, accident. They keep going with this. My arm got pulled off. So the nerves, everything got pulled and yanked too. So I life same day as it happened. Like the same level of pain.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of else, I black that out every day. There's not 1 second that I'm not without pain. I'm in pain right now.
Mm-hmm.
So just on that level alone, remember I went cold. I'm supposed to be on pain meds forever. Remember I went cold turkey.
Right.
So I'm not on nothing. Like I might Heineken. So yeah, just in that level, just dealing with that just alone and blacking the pain out every day is issue.
That's just amazing. Y'all complaining about the things you're going through in your life right now.
Yeah.
But it ain't a physical pain situation. You know what I'm saying?
Every day, all day.
And when you see God sticks, there's a smile, there's a laugh, there's a spirit of energy, going through him that, he don't have to do this. He don't have to be like that. It's quite understandable if you was just a mean motherfucker all the time. It makes sense. I know that if I don't smoke, you know what I mean, you're gonna get the hardest correspondent ever. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So if that's what it is for me, it's amazing to me for you to be able to be in the spirit that you in, doing the shit you do right now. So, you know.
I just black out like I really think. Black the main part is just an issue all in itself.
Yeah.
I move every day. Some cats, they be forgetting I even got one arm. They be talking like, yo, I even forget I got, because actually I really don't, because, you got the fans, so this arm still be moving. That's why sometimes you see my nub, I be going like talking because I was left-handed. And arms, brain still register, the arm's still there. Sometimes I be going, I see my nub, I be like,
wait, let's stop. I gotta build on this. You're left-handed. You're a DJ. You lost your left arm. You still come back and you still DJing at high top quality. That shit's fucking amazing.
We ain't dropped that point. Yeah.
That shit's fucking amazing.
That was my arm there.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? Shit. God keep building, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm gonna keep pushing this vengeance project. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. How they gonna be able to hear this, John?
That joint is hard. I just set the shit in for the radio. It's done. That's why I came on here late, because I was finishing up. Just got finished with it. Just sent it over for the radio show. Boom. Friday morning, 9 o'clock. Oh, the joint. You was getting mixed up. It's FleetRadioNetwork.com.
See, that's why I had you. You know what I mean? You gotta say it right. FleetRadioNetwork.com.
When you go on there, it's like a whole channel. Fleet got a whole channel station, whatever you want to listen to. You got a chick, there's like a little microphone to say live radio in the middle. You click on that. There's gonna be a whole bunch of stations from A to Z. So all you gotta do is scroll down. My show, I think you said mixtape, but no, it's Mix Show Radio.
Mix Show Radio, okay.
Mix Show Radio. So you go there, you go to all the stations, scroll down to Mix Show Radio. Click on that, and it'll pop up. Friday, 9 a.m. Big salute to the fleet.
Yeah. Salute to the fleet, man. Man, that's gonna be a good time down there. I mean, y'all in Jacksonville, y'all in Florida, come see us. Hey, Kyle Jackson, come see us. He said he was coming. Cousin Kyle said he was coming.
I was good.
Yeah. Come see us.
If I'm forgetting y'all, it ain't purposely, man. That's why y'all need to come to that cookout July 23rd in Redden. We're gonna get skits, little pieces of documentary and stuff like that. So yeah, if I'm forgetting you, you need to be there. You get up,
Oh shoot! I forgot to even say, I'm gonna be shooting pieces for the song "No Way," video segments for the video "No Way." So you show up, you're gonna be in the video. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. I can't be around all my peoples like that and not put them in the, you know what I mean, in the video for the new John. That'd just be ridiculous. So I'm gonna shoot some shots down there, going through the song. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just, you know what I mean, come through and be a part of this party, man.
I was a good shout out to my other daughter, Angel, my son Elijah, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Emmy a lot, but I got Angel and Elijah. So shout out to y'all.
While we on air, happy God Day coming up. God Day every day, I know, but they like to combine our shit. So on God-teenth, it's gonna be Happy God Day. You know what I'm saying? Because God made God through God. You know what I'm saying? So Happy God Day on that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm tired right now myself, man. I'm ready for a video, man. I'm ready for a couple videos. And where you mean? I'm waiting for Nallah's knowledgebornallah to come and bless. How you gonna be on the God Sticks is on and you ain't on it, God? You know what I mean? I'm calling you out right now. You know what I'm saying?
Carry the records to help us at the parties and hook the cord. There's a lot of folks out there. So
yeah.
We'll get back to that story. That's a whole other issue. Like I'm tired right now. Don't forget names. But yeah, there's a lot of folks out there. You know, big shout out to all my family, friends, you know, mom, pops, cousins, nieces, sisters, brothers, all that. Cousins, aunties, uncles, tios.
Everybody part of the group, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it do, man. That's where we from. Where we from, we remember that and we act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? We are a community. We are a collective. We are doing things together, even when we separate. You know what I'm saying? At all spots, at all times, y'all. You all heard it before. That's what it is. At all spots, at all times. You know. Shit. I wonder if he fell asleep. Let me holler at him real quick. You know what I'm saying? Shit. It's been one of them days, guys. You mean this past couple of shows, if y'all see me slow down, slip, man, I've been stupid tired. You know what I'm saying? But it has to go on. This information important. Go ahead, speak. Say what you're saying.
I just said we've been grinding. We've been at it. Me, myself, and you've been at it. You've been. No, I'm tired, but you've been getting it just as hard, not even harder. You've been moving and shaking and baking like a.
Hey, people don't realize.
You're machetes, man. You got you. Yo.
Hey, man, that's what it do, man. That's what it do. But last year we was at the Fleet DJ, John. You made the link for me there. And so we coming back on this whole year, and we've been rocking and rolling this whole year to the point where mean we might have missed Juneteenth last year, but we got a whole hour on stage with the Vengeance this year at Godteenth at the Centennial Park, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're gonna be there on the 18th. That's Saturday. Come check us out. Trust. You're gonna enjoy the show. You're gonna enjoy the lyrical capabilities of everybody on there. You're gonna enjoy the sounds and vibrations. DJ Gostic gonna open that joint up to spark and remind you what it was like to hear proper lyrics in this hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brothers who on this joint with me. That's Nick Nines, Ken Tex, the God of Quam, Rashidi Afrikan DNA, Andre 360. That's Scorpius Ray. That's Mike Chambers. Yo, Mike Chambers got that ridiculous verses on this joint, son. Wow. That's Registered Black. And of course, Feedburn, Nubian Bear. You know what I mean? Everybody is on here. And
Nice.
Nick Nines opens the whole joint up. You know what I'm saying? Giving you that gun smoke for real. Like, oh my God. Letting y'all know, you know what I mean? There's trauma that we've been through that ain't necessarily been healed. But even in that, the artistic ability and expression is redonkulous. You know what I'm saying? It's redonkulous. So
definitely, y'all all complimented each other too on that. Everybody's tight. Everybody came with their A game.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
They this is and we just really it's just getting started, man. Because right now we just had a meeting tonight. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about, all right, what are we getting ready to do for the Black, and started throwing tracks around that we want to do for the Black 9. And mind you, it's only really like nine songs on here, 11 tracks, but 9 songs. And the YouTube clips and samples that we took fit so perfectly in with what we talking about music wise on this whole joint, on this whole project. And we got 2 more to do. Then we're going to do the original song album. But trust, you don't want to miss out on this. These are collective items. When we finish, you're going to be like, nah, I was with him from the first mixtape on. These cats is, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got the red 9, you ain't got the black 9, you ain't got the green 9. Bro, you don't even know what you missing. This album dope. I mean, them shits was super dope too, yo. And you know, it's a movement, people. It's a movement to remind you what lyrics sound like, what DJing sounds like, what and giving honor and paying homage to the songs that we picking and the artists who came before us who influenced us as well. So remember that, you know what I'm saying? We with it, man. We with it. Factuals.
No, we didn't check then. Swear to God, we finna get all this money. Watch what I tell you.
Touch my eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, glitter scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean every day they so. Hey, don't touch my eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, glitter scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean. And I say I shit. I gotta say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. Elegba, Oshun, and Obatala. And I say I shit. Mokio, I shit, and I say I shit, and Oya, and Shango, and Yemoja. I got it, currency in my pocket, nature around my neck, front and center I rock it. Never tuck them, so folk wanna touch them, they need to stop it. Trying to find them on lines like mine, you never cop it. My eleke is living, reason why I be winning. Jealous of my position, but I'm just at the beginning. Demonizing the forces, no intercourses I'm giving. Christians feel like I'm sinning the way the heavens be bending for me. I'm in the flow, I get the dough, I'm giving more, it's reciprocal. Every dose could be poison or be medicinal. Truth is blatant to those who know what to listen for. Yep, a treasure chest in every mic check. Steady in the altitude and we ain't on the flight yet. Calling me the champion, I ain't even won the fight yet. Mooch is sticking to us for that juju that they might get. Hey, don't touch my eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, glitter scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean every day they so. Hey, don't touch my eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, glitter scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean. And I say I shit. Somebody say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. Hey, Gongo, Babaluaye, and Ita. And I say I shit. Mokio, I shit. And I say I shit. Ochosi, Ogun, and Orumila.
I got them holy beads around my neck. Them sacred guides on deck. Yep, it gets protection all around. Kosi Wahala, big blessings abound. I'm open to receive all the things this universe has laid at my feet, and I'm walking yellow brick road and laid with gold. Oh yeah, I get it from my mama, she reigning on her throne. La de Koju, Oriye Oshun, hell sweet water goddess, keep that blade and some honey. Lord, she just keep going, hard to stop when she gets started. A river flowing, anointed from head to toe, baptized, got Orisha by my side, then my eagle all around, ain't nothing stopping me now. Full force on them, full glow on them. Spirit realm said go, so I move for them. A walking altar.
And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. Hey, don't touch my eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, glitter scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean every day they so. Hey, don't touch my eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, glitter scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean.
Yeah, see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo, we done hit him, Baba. 10, 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. God. 20. Good day. Who this messing my count up? Olivia, bruh. I told you we was gonna hit. Yeah. Shoot, I'm counting me and Baba out right now. I'm waiting on Sunday to come out, hit her. We good. She finding out right now. We checking in. Hold on. Good. About to hit him again.
Yeah, that's my joint. Don't touch my LA gang. That shit is fine. Tahir RBG is gonna be at RBG Fest headlining. Got a couple of people coming through. You know what I mean? Mike Chambers gonna be there. Saeed Malik gonna be there. Raka and Musa gonna be there. Woo! Got a bunch of other folk coming through. I'm gonna be there. DJ Gostick gonna be there. And the 27th of, you know, I'm tired. 27th of August, in Black August, we gonna be there. That's basically shutting down my joint. And then after that, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in New Africa, most likely it's gonna be the 7th anniversary get together of Do the Knowledge Radio. He been on here 7 years. You know what I mean? God. You know what I mean? God been doing God work.
Luke.
Yeah. Salute. Straight up. Straight up. Oh, that hurt. Man, I was working my chest today. Oh, that hurt.
I'm jumping around.
Well, go ahead.
The Greenwich family. My man Rob Greenwich.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones that sent me back to Philly to connect with me. And introduced me to the Power 99. I got it with them, yo. Can't forget it. Adas mentioned tell the Power 99 story and all that. Yeah. They the ones that made that, put me on with all that.
Yeah, Power 99 is the number one station in the Philadelphia area, Reading area, Allentown area, Lehigh Valley area. That's the joint.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Man, extensive career, extensive qualifications, extensive life experiences to be called Godstick. DJ Tostick, aka Godstick, the one-arm assassin. Amazing shit. Yeah, man. Yo, it's after 12 o'clock. I don't know what we doing. You know what I mean? I don't know what we doing. I'm tired. Somebody better come on here and say something. If we ain't gonna say something, I'm gonna end this show tonight, right now. Get back to take.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
My grandma, Virginia birth.
Yeah. I'm tired. You bring it in, yo, there like that.
Oh, Jimmy Blake, yeah.
Shout out to the ancestors. You know what I mean? Shout out to, of course, Zaloot Malik Kalam. I mean, word to Biz. Shout them out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out your ancestors. Shout out your people who ain't here no more, but walk with you and you know they traveling in the stars and moons and quasars and things like that. Shout out to my personal ancestors. Shout out to the retributionary ancestors who fuel me to continue to keep me going, driving, and doing what we doing, rocking and representing. You know what I'm saying? Liberation lyrics and getting things popping. You know what I'm saying? So what's good, people? What's good? Yeah, man.
This Tahir RBG, repatriation the situation. I just want to let y'all know I hear all that shit y'all talking. You know in your heart of hearts you can't fuck with this. You knows that. Why I'm tripping? Y'all knows that. Let's start talking. Let's get into it. Whoa, hold up. What they talking about? I hear you. Matter of fact, fuck all that they talking about. Fuck all that yakety yak. Wanna run they mouth. Machete clappity clap. Oh, goon run them out. Cross the border, show say arrow, hunt them down. Babaloo, I ain't clean off, it ain't nothing now. 30,000 in the air, my phone still on. Writing rhymes, earphones, with the kill on. Get the skill on, little homie, the real on. EI's getting the chill on, watching me get my meal on. Take a stand in the wreck, get my build on you. You disrespect the whole set and get your skill on. My Duke where if you pay, get your bill on. Debit card swipe up performance is getting tighter. I'm older and plus I'm nice to the motion it I sip on. Most of y'all skip the protocol. Trip on forces and slip, bust your head. Train of thought wreck, you there, didn't do what your goon said. Now it's cold red, skeptics is begging to get my hill on. Back like I never left, proper like a sweater vest. I'm the ancestors' favorite rapper, Megadeth. That's true. No guitars though, just a hard flow. That's true. Nicest priest on these beats as far as bars go. A Josha Eli's on my chest as far as scars go. Stars go to Fargo, stand and rock for photo ops. Bypass their own hood like they don't know the block. Faking culture shots like they forgot them struggles. All the fuddle when that muzzle blast cats be like. Suffering succotashes, beats, concrete, street with sophistication. Repack nation, we deep, baby. Plus RBG certified, fly like the butter with the golden box cutter. Hello, yeah. She's so flirtatious, smile like the Nile, her booty so outrageous. Classic yet refreshing, just to know you is a blessing. Peach schnapps and the flukes, here's a toast to patience. Oh well, a closed mouth don't get fed. She came to bed and woke up with your mojo on her head. I just wanna see the fam blossom. Inhibitions, I lost them, I'm feeling awesome. My shit. Oh man, Sundiata, I told you they weren't fucking with me, car.
You need to ask yourself that. Why do you eat food? You need to ask yourself, what is food? Because we got consumables, as acidic, dry, whatever you want to call it, and then we got alkaline, wet, real food. We got fake food and we got real food. Now, you growing up in this world, I don't know how old you is. If you my age, you 20, you 28, 29, we is the last ones to know what real is. These jits don't know what real is because they being raised on the fake. So they put the germ in the seed. Roundup ready. They put the germ in the seed. They got fake seeds. So I'm telling you, this is war.
Yeah.
This is fucking war. You got to learn the real, and you got to decipher from the fake because it's getting hard to tell. And that's my message.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. It's been the Hardcorrespondent Podcast. I'm son the great GR8. I'm going to leave y'all with the aspect of understanding that you are the culture that you are bringing forth. What you do is what's going to shape and mold those who come after you. You know what I mean? Make sure you do the best you can. Make sure you tap into your God frequency. Make sure that you know that those who came before you suffered way more than you. And, you know what I mean, you're not doing what they had to do. So you already in a better position. Lose the colonizer thought pattern. Connect with your African heritage. Make sure that your ancestors who suffered here run through you while you're here and do what you're supposed to do for complete liberation and being freedom and express yourself properly in regards to the art form and in regards to where you come from. You repping. You know what I mean? Peace to the God, born the devil. Peace in your mind's power. Refine what you do with that power. Make you evil or divine. And I choose divinity every time. Salute.
himself.
Once you've heard the madness, everything else is just cheap whiskey.
Most high Christianists, mental abolitionists with the vision gift, seeing the deliverance from the ignorance, cognitive dissonance. Future I envision this. On and off the mic, I speak right like this is what the mission is. I know the wisdom biz and overstand like who know and bear that witnesses. I am the power refined, God man. Equity too high to equal the caveman. God's son, true builder of the land. Destroyer of the demons, I'm a pop on where they stand. Word of biz, born exposing, oppose a plan. Speaking Benny, microphone Jones with a forced hand. The next level cipher writer, spark the minds, I light the fire. Call me Mr. Mystifier, Muse the gift and lift us higher. With the frequency that frequently fit, inspire. Elders and young thugs that do what they do, where they do what they thumbs. We think they lazy, they think we dumb. We put the work in system that a system to be numb. Make them good Christians, but don't link them to where they from. So I write rhymes with them ancient guidelines. To fight crime sitting on the sidelines. But when they got the blind eyes, I just treat them like they dumb.
When knowledge get done, unified we're one. The race we run, before they shot that gun.
To the knowledge.
When knowledge gets done, unified we won. The race we run, before they shot that gun.
Ones walk with me, twist your loud, get your double shots of yak. Sit down, have a talk with me. I'm from an era where certain shit just couldn't fly. You tell another man suck your dick, you might die. These new dudes got it confused, thinking it's a game, until somebody hitting at their ass, bringing the pain. But that's the plan, they want us to kill ourselves. Our existence is up to us, no one else is responsible for raising our daughters and the queens and our sons and the kings. Teaching them everything about necessary tools we need to use for survival. It's way bigger than reading Qurans or the Bible. That's gonna go over the heads of many. Thick skin, homie, I got plenty, so I'll be ready for the backlash and slander coming from my own people. It's sad to say, but we'll never equal our full potential as long as we following what they teach us, telling lies. All in 8 books, it never reach us, at least us, the ones with some knowledge of self. But trying to wake my people up is a struggle with self. Instead of begging for a seat at their table, let's build one. As soon as they try to violate, let's kill one. That's where my heart at. A couple 100 years of the same treatment gave us Obama, so we think we even. I ain't believing none of this bullshit, them puppeteers speaking, telling us lies each and every weekend. Banana in the tailpipe tactics. To tell the truth, I feel we moving backwards. We got a lot of actors playing the part, but it ain't in their heart, so what's it worth? Got brothers dressing up like chicks, toting the purse. Everybody capitalizing off us. We ain't too far from giving up our seat on the back of the bus.
When knowledge get done, unified we're one. The race we run, before they shot that gun.
Knowledge.
When knowledge gets done, unified we won. The race we run, before they shot that gun.